We're building the Dark Falcon. You've already seen that. And oh, should I tease tomorrow's video, or should that be an exclusive to the people that were here for the very first stream? What do we think? Do I show you what's to come tomorrow? I think I can give you a little sneak peek in a second whilst we verify. Yeah, I had to clear the desk very quickly because I didn't realise the Bricklink order was arriving today. I mean, Bricklink don't give you a time span. You don't get an email to say it's on its way or whether it's coming soon. So it's nice when the Bricklink order does show up. It is, especially a couple of days after it's been ordered. It's lovely. Great service over on Bricklink. It is someone that I've shopped before with, so I knew the service was going to be great. And that's what made me pick up this order. A few little parts that were hanging around, but that's tomorrow's video. That's not tonight. Tonight, we'll be building the Dark Falcon, and the box is nice. This is the box of the Dark Falcon with a little bit of glare. 6 minifigures in the box. We'll get to. I have been told by a little birdie has sat on my windowsill and said that these minifigures aren't in the first bags. I can't remember who said this now, but apparently they're in like the 9th, 10th and 11th bag. Should we go ahead and sneak the minifigures out? Do we sneak the minifigures? Yeah, I might sneak the minifigures out because I'm excited. This is the final Luke Skywalker that I need to add to my collection. We've got every single costume, not including Legends. Maybe we can branch out and create a few of the Legends Lukes. We do have, I think, a Luke in Vader's costume. That's definitely used in Legends quite a bit, but I've got mine for the Dark Side Cave on Dagobah. So look at how big this box is. It's taped down, and the best thing about this, because I don't think we're going to get this all built in one night, is it acts as a tray that I can just, you know, sweep everything into mid-build, close it up. More Lego sets need to be boxed like this. I think that will be so handy for building bigger sets. I just don't know how I'm going to go about opening the tape. Does the brick separator work? Not without damaging the box, it doesn't. So we'll go old school, peel the tape off and reveal. There's at least 9 bags in here. I don't know what that goes up until. I'm going to predict paper bags because this was bought off lego.com. And I'm going to predict 12, surely no more than 12, 12, 13. I might go with 13. I'm switching it up. 13 poly bags is my prediction. What do we think? Just make sure I'm running chat, because if YouTube's not worked the first time round, I doubt chat will be showing up either. Hello there. Welcome, welcome. It's been a long time waiting to build this, hasn't it? Because this is one of the sets that I got for my birthday over a month ago. Deja vu, yeah. Talk about it. Let's get this open the right way. Right, let's pop you out and pop you out in a second after. The box does not want to come open today. It said, is there more tape? I really should have got some scissors. This thing is taped very well.
Oh, I just died. That would have been great.
I didn't realise there was so much tape in the box.
I just poured the tea on the floor and stepped on it.
Oh, please say we got that on camera. I think you're you're behind me. No one saw the tea spill.
I'll close the door in a sec.
Building Lego and spilling tea live on camera for the world to see.
Tea. I stepped on it after I spilled.
As long as you didn't spill it on the Lego.
Not worry, they're okay.
Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, 8. Oh, and we've also separated the tape on different things. Not fun. Look, it's ruined the box. Look at this tape, leaving its patches. Good thing we are just recycling this after the stream. Not keeping this around. I don't. Might be in the other room. There we go. That's more like it. Not paper bags. Ooh. Not paper bags at all. All of these seem to be plastic. Now, Lego, what are we doing? Plastic bags, paper bags. In Ahsoka's Eater, we got a plastic bag, a small plastic bag inside the first paper bag, and then got paper bags throughout the rest of it. They're so inconsistent with their plastic paper bags. Knowing us, this was probably boxed like September the year before the actual set come out, weren't it though? So we can't complain too much. All right, hello there. A load of people popping up on shorts. Oh, hello there, Marlene. Yes, I remember from yesterday. Miles, am I British? I am British. Same question. Yeah, hello there, Miles. Hello there. Do I believe in Jesus? No, but that doesn't mean no one else should. Oh, I popped out. There we go. Hello there. The bead is here. Massive shout out for yesterday's dono, very first dono on the channel. Thank you so much for that. How many bags do we think? Go on, get a few guesses in chat, and the right person gets the knowledge that they're right. I can't give you much else. You can't build the set for me, but you'll know that you're right. Don't care, the cardboard box. Yeah, it's not great that the tape's ruined it. All right, I can't start piling these out because it sort of reveals how many bags. I've seen one bag and I'm not right. There is more than 12, 13. I mean, there you go. There's more than 12, 13 bags in this box. Any more guesses? Trinidadian. Oh, hello there. 4. Imagine this was built in 4 bags. That would be crazy. That would be nuts. 4 bags building the Falcon. It's a pretty big set. I think we're looking at like 1,000 pieces inside this box. So how many bags? I will let you know in a second, just in case we don't guess it, because, you know, there's anywhere between 14 and like 30 bags in here. Oh. Oh. 18. Oh, 18's a good shout. I think 18 might be close. All right, that's 14. I think any over 10 we'll put to the side for now. I'll put them in this tray, and then hopefully we'll find how many bags there are. Let's see. 4. So there's at least 4. Ooh, is this counting as a bag? Do we count this? It's a bag. It's not numbered, but it is a bag. We've got 8, 3, 7, 13. Maybe paper bags are onto something here, because if Lego put paper bags in this set, they could line them up and stack them real nicely. 20 bags, 18, 20. Have I ever tried alternate builds? We got a few here on the channel. We got quite a few. I was just asked actually by one of the channel members about my alternate build to the TIE Bomber, being Vader's TIE Advanced. And if you are downloading those instructions and building those for yourself, they are free for members on the members Discord. Then you don't have to modify the wings of the TIE Bomber. It's just the cockpit, and the wings can stay exactly as they are. Thought I'd let you all know, if anyone's wondering. Oh, 9. Or is it a 6? I think this one's 9. Oh yeah, we just had 6. Right, number 1. That one's important. We have number 12. We've got 17. Miles says 17. Beanie says between 18 and 19. And then we've also got Miles on 20. So it's 50-50, I think. One of you has got to be correct. There's more than 12, which means that's a big one. 16. There's more than 16. There's a bigger bag. 15. Well, we just got 16. That's a giveaway. 11. We're running out of bags here. 5. 2 bags left. Oh no. Oh no, one bag left. One bag, which means 17. Congrats to Moles. 17 bags. That is a lot of bags, isn't it? Hello there. Hello there, Carla King. All right, so let's get rid of these now. Now we know how many bags there are. And like I said, this box is a really handy tray for scooping the remaining bags for Saturday's stream. But there is 17. So we can do 9 bags. I think we can get to minifigures. We can approach minifigure territory at least. But or what did we say? Did we include this bag? Because Beanie said 18 and Miles says 17. Where are we? Are we counting that bag? It is a bag. Or is it bag 0? There we go. One bag left. And the meaty instruction manual, I assume. And stickers. And stickers. Every set. After getting R2 with the folded sticker sheet, every set should have this cardboard container. Make sure I didn't cut myself there. That would have been a pain. Hate paper cuts. Oh, that's crazy. That's definitely bigger than the Force Awakens. So this Falcon is really a recoloring. We've asked Lego so many times for recolored sets, and this is a recoloring of the Rise of Skywalker Falcon. So if you own that, I think this is pretty much like for like with very few substitutes around the dish, of course. The Rise of Skywalker Falcon might have had a few different changes, but it didn't have a Death Star dish on. And there's probably a few elements that I would think don't exist. I wonder how many elements have been made for this set. And then we got the 6 minifigures. Not a great rendered issue. Oh, photo on there. Hello there, Luffy. Hello there, Carla King. Not a great render on the front, and you probably can't make it out. But those minifigures specifically, they're not been rendered too well. That Jar Jar is not the right color. Well, I hope not. Vader's not half bad, but also some of the skin tones. Luke looks a bit like the clone troopers. Oh wow, that's dark. Let's reset that. But yeah, Luke looks to be a darker skin tone as well. I don't know, maybe it's more the lighting than the render of it. But sticker sheet. Massive sticker sheet with a ton of little ones. Oh, there you go, Miles. You've subscribed. That's your reward. Thank you. We've got... I'm surprised these pieces aren't printed. I think they were on the MIDI scale Falcon, weren't they? Or were they stickers on that too? No. Lego wouldn't give stickers to the Falcon and the Tantive. And then a few little Easter eggs that I'm pretty sure we'll get to. Oh, the chairs being dark red is nice. That's a real nice one. And then a few different cockpit controls and exterior stickers. I remember these in The Force Awakens. I don't know how important they are to the Falcon. They do seem like unnecessary stickers, but we'll get to that probably in Saturday's stream. I don't know if we need any of these. I'm sure the instructions will tell us. Let's have a look. Still no new news on any of the summer sets, is there, for Star Wars? Can't tell how Lego makes the characters look because, yeah, they... Even renders, you'd assume they're using what they're printing, you know, and just whacking it into... They should use Studio. Studio for its lighting is complicated. Well, it's simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. There are advanced tools on there, but I'm surprised since buying Bricklink they haven't just shifted to that. I know a lot of Lego designers have come out and said, yeah, they use that as well as Lego's own. A lot of designers have spoken about using Lego's old brick designer. Hello there, Wolfpack. Wolfpack Bricks. Going good, thanks. That old brick designer, I used that before Studio. It's horrendous. I tell you what, compared to Studio and how detailed Studio is, Studio takes up a lot of memory. It uses a lot. It puts a lot of stress on your computer if you're building like a life-size Captain Rex, for instance, which Lego needed to do for the parks. So Lego's own brick designer is good if you're building in 2x4s, but not great for anything else. Do I have the solo movie Falcon? I don't. I got one solo set, and that was Han's Landspeeder, which I have made an alternate build, minifigure scale Landspeeder, because in-universe Landspeeders are tiny. But I'm wanting to rebuild, so the only other Lego Falcon I've got is the Force Awakens one. I want to rebuild that because that's similar enough to the original trilogy and different enough from this one. It's not the Rise of Skywalker, but it's the most recent. Who are we kidding? We probably got one with The Last Jedi. Besides The Last Jedi, it's the most recent one that looks pretty cool. Lego Digital Designer used to use that. Oh no, accidentally uninstalled it, and you can't download it again, can ya? Lego have got rid of the download. I tell you what I do have, and I've just found a way to connect it. Let me bring it up, see if I can show you. Oh no, I bet it's out of charge, isn't it? Oh no, it's powering on. You'll have to give me a sec, but I've got a game on, because I upgraded my phone and I did a little video on it. I had a game from all the way back before Disney owned Star Wars. And it's a struggle to get it on new phones because they removed it from the App Store like 10, 15 years ago. So yeah, it's not easy finding apps that are no longer installed. But it is still a lot of fun to play. I tell you what, I need to pop up as well, because I've got me covering it at the minute. Let me unhide subscriptions. There we go. I had a load of those yesterday I weren't reading out. Can't tell how. Can I put you on the next video? Maybe. Well, the next video's already been recorded, actually. I'm lying there, I can't, because that's up and ready to go for tomorrow, but maybe one day. Do I remember Star Wars Commander? A Clash of Clans? I think I do. I think I do, because I never played Clash of Clans. There was that, and let me find the other game. It was similar to another, it wasn't Clash of Clans, but it was similar to, you know, another one a little bit like it. There's also the new one, the Galaxy of Heroes, which, I tell you what, have you seen the latest trailer for Galaxy of Heroes? Because everyone's saying Disney and Star Wars are afraid to go around Order 66. They've literally named the next update Order 66 in Galaxy of Heroes, something like that. And it's just a montage of Order 66 scenes. Not quite as, you know, Order 66 that we wanted, but Force Arena. That might be the other one that I was speaking about. There was a few good ones, but let's look. So the game, has it just died? Oh. Yeah, I think this one might be dead. I barely use it. I don't play the game anymore, so I always forget to charge it. But Tiny Death Star. Does anyone remember Tiny Death Star? That's... Hello there. Angry Birds Star Wars as well. Wasn't there two of them? Wasn't there Angry Birds Star Wars and Angry Birds Star Wars 2? I got a few, actually. I got a few of the plushes. I got the little game, you know, where you'd have the actual physical plastic Angry Birds and you'd launch them into the bricks. That was good. But I've also got a few of the plushes. I think it's Kenobi and Chewie that I've got. Tiny Death Star was good. I've still got that. I've still got it downloaded on my phone. It's not my very first save, but I've had it for years. So it's not far off. I don't know how close I am. I don't think I'm close at all to completing it, because I just play it, you know, every so often. Not enough consistently to remember what I was doing last time. Oh, I think this is meant to be a longer brick. And this is how I remember the Force Awakens Falcon. I think every Falcon, even the midi-scale Falcon, has this Technic base that you just can't get rid of. When a ship is that big and that round, there's no two ways. They shut down so many games. And the thing is, Disney didn't just shut down the games. They have to realise The ones behind that Clash of Clans style Star Wars game, Tiny Death Star, a lot of the time Disney was shutting down studios. Star Wars was the one game they could rely on, and getting rid of that, they couldn't afford to stay running. So many studios shut down. It is a shame to see, but Disney couldn't keep up with it. Disney could not keep up with so much, which Star Wars was coping fine, wasn't it? Star Wars was all right. I get Disney doesn't like Robot Chicken and some of that stuff, but it don't stop them from Family Guy and Simpsons specials. Disney could have let Star Wars keep what it had. Maybe take a bit off the top of it. Take a bit of the cut, but yeah, it's odd how much stopped. It's odd how much stopped. And Star Wars Hunters is getting shut down too. Oh, I don't think I've played that yet. That's the new one with the Ewoks in the trench coat, isn't it? I need to hop on that then before autumn. Hello there, Emil. It's crazy how quick a turnaround games have. The original Battlefront games are still great today, but you try to play the newer Battlefront, you know, soon the servers will just be shut down and we won't even be able to load the games anymore. Watch all the episodes of Star Wars. How many? How many's all? All 9 plus Rogue, plus Solo, plus the Clone Wars. I always forget about the Clone Wars movie. First Star Wars I saw in cinema, the Clone Wars movie. Oh. There's a game called Yoda and then Yoda 2. What was that about? Whoa, Yoda. I assume it was a game about Yoda, but what did we have Yoda doing? Was it Yoda's younger years, like a GTA style game about Yoda? Oh, have I? Yes, Emil, look at this. So today's video, I posted it a few hours ago. I'll forgive you for not watching. It's probably been a busy day for most of us, but I've printed it and the first comment on the video said paint it. I think that was all I needed. One person to say paint it, and I'm going to be painting it like the rest of Grogu, like Grogu's hands. So let's put the buggy to the side. I'm working on the 2x2s as well, but in the next update, Yoda's head does spin and hold on by itself. That's quite nice. But in the next update, I will have Yoda's head printed and maybe, just maybe, a decal for this torso. I am pulling a few strings, seeing what I can get working, but I might have to go with decals. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, but I misprinted the first time. I made a Baby Yoda head and a regular size, but well, this is not regular size. Look at it, it's 6 times the size. But I did misprint Yoda's head, and rather than recycling it, I thought I'd offer it up to you. So right now, I think I put it up for like £1.50. You can buy this on my website. Check out today's video. It's linked in the description, might be top of the description. And yeah, if any of you want a little piece of the channel, a misprinted 3D Yoda head, which, you know, about the size of your finger, could be used for a little toothpaste cap or something could be screwed in there. Check that out over on the site. Writing a little video. Yeah, I'll have to look. I'll have to see if there's any gameplay of Yoda. Plus the 2 Ewok movies. Yes, we're counting the Ewok movies. Yeah, people will watch the Ewok movies and won't. That'll stop anyone complaining about the sequels, won't it? How they were made. Some of the cinematography in the sequels is amazing. And yeah, Ewoks was made a long time ago, so they get away with it. Mind you, the Ewok movies were still after the original trilogy. Dark Falcon's so good, the colours, I do like the black and the dark red. I think dark red gets me, because I like the gunship, Kenobi Starfighter. A lot of the ships that I really like are just dark red. I think I like the colour. And also the fact it's got the Legends ties. To anyone that's read around the Yuuzhan Vong, you might have come across the chapter where they paint up the Falcon. Paint it black to match to match the darkness of space, but shouldn't they have painted it dark blue instead of black? Would that not make more sense? The Ewok movies, I don't even think Bizarre does it justice. It's something, isn't it? But they're on Disney Plus, and I tell you what, the Ewok movies are cool enough for Disney Plus, but Willow's first season had to be taken down because it didn't do as well. As well as what, the Ewok movies? I guess Disney couldn't delete the Ewok movies. It came with Star Wars. They could try and hide them though, and they haven't tried that. John Williams cooked, and then some. The sequel's Rey's theme, straight away with Rey's theme. It's an awesome theme. Played that a fair few times. What am I building? So this is the Dark Falcon. We're aiming to build, I think we could comfortably build the first couple of bags. First couple. 2 is a couple. The first like 10 bags of this set. And then whatever we don't build today, we'll get finished on Saturday. And if we need to, you know, Sunday, Monday, and going forward like that. I think I do, so playing Fortnite, when do we play Fortnite? I don't think we really have a day for playing Fortnite. Usually whenever there's an update. But I would like to hop on it before, well, no, there's an update today, but next week. I would like to play it before the next update, because we're still trying to get Grievous. And I think the more quests we do, the harder it would be to level up even more. Do I have Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator? I don't. I have so many times gone to pick up Darth Maul's Sith Infiltrator, but the problem I have is, let me get the minifigures, because they're right, oh, it's so nice having the minifigures behind the camera here. So we had Qui-Gon here. Qui-Gon's minifigure came in a magazine for us over in the UK. And then we also, this isn't the right hairpiece, but you know, same minifigure. We have Anakin that comes in a £5 book. These, and then this summer, in what, a week and a bit's time, we're getting a Darth Maul mech without the pupils, which has a face that, you know, more accurate to the Clone Wars, I guess, at least as far as Lego are printing. But I think it's got a better face than the Infiltrator. The Infiltrator Maul is exclusive, and I don't see Lego releasing that because they've made the other 2 minifigures so easy to access. But yeah, I've already got all the minifigures, and with my Darth Mauls, I'm considering just like decaling over the eyes, decaling over the pupils, because I think the new Maul head at the minute goes for like £5-6 at the cheapest. I have 3 Mauls, 4 if you look to the new mech, and there's a few Mauls that I would like to pick up. That topless Maul, basically. So it is quite pricey, and I do think, good news Americans, you have access to this book. You've got the Anakin book and also the Yoda. And actually, we do get magazines over here in Europe, so it is nice to get certain minifigures, especially when, like me, I pick up the magazine and get a unique hairpiece that has been misprinted. That was, you can't be getting a misprint out of a sealed packet. You can't pay for that experience. Hello there. Actually really like the coloured eyes on Star Wars minifigures. Maul looks terrifying. I like Sam Witwer said it best. Sam Witwer, when asked, I forget, it's one of the big Lego creators. I don't know exactly who it is, but Sam Witwer was asked what he thought about the eyes. And he said that no pupils looks like Maul's about to go crazy, and the pupils looks like Maul. It was another scene, you know, he gave another example, and it was a much calmer Maul, and I do think that looks right. Maul with pupils works for, you know, a balcony scene on Coruscant, where he's like, yes, master, with Palpatine at his side, and then no pupils is Duel of the Fates, you know, bopping Qui-Gon on the nose. It does work so well. Have the Yoda. Yeah, the Yoda in the book is the one that's exclusive still to the Yoda Starfighter. So it's a pretty good Yoda minifigure to pick up. I think I'm missing a Yoda head. Which figure? Oh, it might have been... No, it won the Clone Wars. It was the original trilogy Yoda. I picked up the torso alone. So I've taken the head off my book exclusive Yoda. the one with the backpack and the camera. So I might need to pick up that book for a Yoda head. Hello there from Germany. Ooh. Speaking of Germany, UK have let us down. We're not getting the same magazine as Germany is. Germany, Lego Star Wars magazine, is The Mandalorian. Great minifigure. If you haven't picked up any of the Microfighter or the Big N1 or even the old UCS Razor Crest, and you don't have a printed Mando helmet, look to the German magazine. I'm looking at actually getting an imported magazine because they come with trading cards. And I'm wondering if I'd be able to get some sort of subscription, you know, and then get it sent all the way over. The shipping cost, it's probably going to be as much as the magazine, but it'll be worth it for those trading cards. All right, make sure we're doing this right. Where does this go? But Germany's getting the Mando, Din Djarin, and UK's getting the TIE Defender. It's a lovely poly bag. I'll be picking it up for the pieces alone, but it's no Din Djarin, it's no minifigure. A Lego Star Wars movie will make Disney billions. Rebuild the Galaxy had a whole press event. It looked like a movie. I don't know if they must have done like a premiere for the first couple of episodes, which is the equivalent of doing it for a movie. But I think instead of Rebuild the Galaxy Season 3, they go all in. If Season 1 and 2 does well, bring out a movie. Bring out a movie every 3. Imagine for the prequels, we got Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones as a series, and then Revenge of the Sith as a movie. Force Awakens, Last Jedi as a series. Yeah, maybe people wouldn't be as big on that, but you know, you get the idea. We get shows on the first 2 aspects, and then a movie and/or Season 1 and/or Season 2, Rogue One. Mando Season 1, Mando 2, 3, Boba Ahsoka movie. You know, first 2 steps and then end the phase in a movie. That would be cool. I think that's the way to go. Start them off as a show. You know what does well, you know what doesn't. Because Solo was going to go into Lando, into Boba, into all these other movies that could branch out from it. And then it didn't perform as well as Disney would have liked. Fair enough. They should have kept in that deleted scene with the TIE pilot, eh? But, oh, the references. But if that was a show, they could just, you know, cancel the second season and then work on something else. A bit like Clone Wars, I guess. They run Season 7 as a tester to see how big it was. It did decently. So then we got Taos. And they also did Visions. I wonder if Clone Wars had any I don't know why I'm screwing that in. It's a bin. If any influence on it. That'd be nice to know. So yeah, America doesn't have the magazines. It's odd. It's odd that they don't, but I don't know why. I really don't know why. I think it's a mixture of the fact that Lego don't have any magazine companies over in America that, you know, they can trade with. Now they're just going to get more expensive. You are probably better off just trying to buy them from Germany. Just don't buy my ones. As long as I can get a magazine, buy the rest from Germany. Shout out Germany for its Lego Star Wars magazines. Build Lego and looked after Lego channels. Oh, hello there. Hope's all going well. Is this based on only Lego Star Wars or Lego in general? I'll be honest, this channel kind of dances around my interests. Lego Star Wars is a big part. It's one of my biggest joys in general. But yesterday we played Repo. I got a few of you viewers on, and that was a ton of fun. I don't know how long that'll be around, but I'm enjoying every second. And also Fortnite has a Star Wars season. That's more Star Wars. I guess it's Lego and Star Wars, isn't it? It's a variety of Lego and Star Wars with the odd extra game floating in there. Oh, I see. It's a good thing we get a brick separator in this set. Needed that straight away. I don't know why America doesn't have the magazines. It makes no sense, does it? Took the Sith Infiltrator and not only rebuilt the middle to have a single big hinge to hold the droids and Maul Saber, but giving it the 1999 treatment with a blue highlights. Oh, I like when Lego sets add that extra little bit of, I call it Lego flair. You know, it might not be exactly accurate. It's a creative difference. It's an artistic take on it. But yeah, it's real nice when Lego add their own touch. You know, no one else has made the ship like that except Lego. Love Solo, do agree it would have worked better as a show. I would have wanted episode 2. Episode 1 would have been the opening. I think that would work quite nicely. And Lord of the Rings, we'll get onto that in a second. But yeah, that TIE pilot scene where Han shows up as a pilot, does this whole maneuver to save a teammate and comes in crashing his TIE fighter, which then gets him expelled, but in the same style as the not the X-Wing, the TIE fighter games from, I want to say the 90s, maybe early 2000s. They can't be much older than that, but the old TIE fighter games, there's a few of them, and yeah, it's the same style with the person stood in the middle. I've not seen that in any other piece of Star Wars media. It would have been perfect in that show as well because of Solo wanting to be a pilot and then getting kicked out rather than just one line. And then he goes flying. Not in the way he wants. What set am I building? I am building the Dark Falcon from Rebuild the Galaxy Season 2. One time, bought the lightsabers to school. Oh, and they got, I guess would a school count those as some sort of weapons? Star Wars dances around the weapons because they're light swords and laser blasters. So as far as TV ratings, channel ratings go, you don't have to mark them for weapons. But they are swords at the end of the day. Yeah, I don't know how much damage a lightsaber would do. I think it's more for their safety. The teachers might not have had the high ground. They got scared. Added insult to injury. Not only did Principal Grievous steal your sabers, but he told you were weaker than Boba Fett. Boba Fett has held a saber, hasn't he? He fought Luke in the comics. I don't know if that's canon. You didn't kill anyone. I'll take your word for it. Never seen Star Wars, just heard about it. Star Wars is everywhere, isn't it? As a Star Wars fan, I guess I see it probably more places than most. Like Repo. I doubt many Repo players think about Star Wars mods, but yeah, it really is everywhere. And the fact that Disney have taken it, I don't think that's helped. Star Wars was everywhere in the early 2000s. Now it's everywhere. Oh yeah, have I seen the new Lord of the Rings Nook Book Lego set? I have. And I must say, it's both impressive and underwhelming. It's not very underwhelming. When you look at it long enough and you realise there's like 6 of every single piece, and there's not as much as the Sherlock Holmes. The Sherlock Holmes Book Nook had a bit more. Sherlock Holmes Book Nook was the Diagon Alley, whereas Lord of the Rings was more of the... What's a big set that I can compare that to? It was more of the Gringotts Bank, you know. It had that extra dragon bit at the bottom. Could it have been made cheaper? It could have. So, yeah, it's odd how Lego have done that, but they're definitely catering to Lord of the Rings fans there. I think it will go down just as well. If not, I'm hoping it goes down a little bit better than the Sherlock Book Nook, because then we can get a Lord of the Rings theme returning. There's been so many clickbait videos of the theme returning, maybe coming back next year, and other sets in the works. They definitely have other sets in the works, for sure. Lego aren't just releasing these Lord of the Rings books because they're not selling. But I'd love it to return. That would be amazing. That'd make next year better than this year, for sure. We are the last Star Wars fans. I think Star Wars is more popular than ever. It did have a boom in '99, similar to how it had a boom in 2015. I would accept the fact that 2015 was the peak of Star Wars, but at the same time, we've got Mando, we've got Andor, advertising is everywhere and nowhere. Like, Disney aren't shoving it down our throats, but they're also keeping up the advertisements. I think it's doing well for itself. I do think Star Wars is doing pretty well for itself, because we do seem to have quite reasonable merch. I like to think if Star Wars wasn't doing any well, we'd have merch similar to Lord of the Rings, you know, have to be forking out loads for it with these giant UCS sets. And Lego Star Wars isn't doing half bad. I want to see more sets. I would like to see more sets, because we've got more themes, you know. We got a load of Clone Wars sets back in the day. I would have loved if that just continued and we piled on top. My bank would not have loved it. And I'd still be trying to afford sets that came out years ago. But wouldn't it be fun if every different theme? We're looking at Mando, sequels, originals. We'll whack prequels in with Clone Wars. We've got maybe like Andor, Kenobi, Rebels can all be under the bracket as well. The early Empire. And, well, not all early Empire. Earlier Empire. The pre-originals, post-prequels. And we just got a ton of sets from each of them. Oh, hot take. We love a hot take here. Would Star Wars be as popular as Transformers? I think Transformers... I'm surprised Transformers doesn't have a theme. I think Lego are genuinely scared of this new Mattel car line. And I don't think it's because of Speed Champions fans. Lego diehards are going to back Speed Champions all the way to the finish line. But if Hasbro gave Lego Transformers and they come out... The giant sets are cool. We're meant to be getting a Starscream, is it? I think it's Starscream. So we've got Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, and I think it's Starscream. Then we'll probably get a Megatron. And that will round off the 4 big ones. They could go to a few more, but I think that will be the 4 big ones. They're the ones I remember from the animated show that I grew up with. And then they create a Transformers theme and pass it down to the Speed Champion sizes. Imagine Transformers at that 20, maybe 30 quid price point that could transform. You could fill shelves with them. They'd be the equivalent of Transformers brickheads, wouldn't they? English not good enough for this comment. All right, let me hop in and good old Google Translate, and you'll let me know how bad it was. No problem. That's the good thing with the internet nowadays. Google Translate comes in clutch. I see Wicked and Emerald City, so I know the set in question. It's just the middle bit. Currently saving up for the Emerald City. How much is the Emerald City? I don't know how much. I don't know how Wicked sets were priced. Let's bring them all up. So the Wicked theme has 1, 2, 3, 4 sets. I know about the Shiz University, 25 quid. Then there's the Dorm at 60, the Figures at 50, and Emerald City at 90. But look how big it is. That's not bad. That's actually pretty good. How many minifigures? Does it say on the box? No. Oh, mini dolls don't have... I tell you what, if you could get a pack of custom minifigures, I think this is a solid build for that as well, because everything's compatible. But I like the way they've styled the mini dolls. And a cape. That's got to be a material cape, isn't it? But that looks longer than... Yeah, that looks like the Grievous cape. Could be a good Grievous piece, that. There's so many translucent green... Well, green elements in general, but there's got to be a few exclusive. Ooh. As a big fan of green, that set really appeals. 30 to spare. So not far, not far. Oh, that's a black one. My bad. I am Steve. I haven't watched Wicked yet. I was going to until I found out that it's a 2-parter. They're releasing it in 2 parts. No, I want to see a movie and get the whole story. I think they did. They gave a whole story, you know, but it's the first piece of it. Hello there, piece by piece. Speaking of pieces, that's a what's the other movie? What's the Lego movie? It's piece by piece or something like that. Block by block, brick by brick. I haven't seen that one yet either. I know it's less of a Lego movie, but I am intrigued by the animation. It's fascinating. So even with the Oz movie, the Wicked movie, even Oz is the first one. Even with Wicked, some of the scenes they weren't able to shoot practically, which, I mean, are there any scenes they weren't able to shoot practically? Maybe a few of the flying. They've done so well. I've seen the behind the scenes on it. Every clip they uploaded to their YouTube channel, I pretty much watched that. Imagine they release different types of Falcons. You might be onto something here for season 2. All right, if we see Luffy disappear in the next couple of streams, Lego have come from. You might be onto something. That would be. Oh wait, that's not meant to be there. That could be something. Water. Imagine the elemental. So you've got Earth, which is like a brown Falcon. You've got blue for water. Air would be. It'd be white, wouldn't it? Kind of Lando's Falcon. And then fire. The Fire Falcon. That would be cool. I'd be down for a Fire Falcon. Flames everywhere. It's just like the normal Falcon, but just covered in fire. Glass Falcon. Yeah, that would be. Put up, and then. What other Falcons could we have? We could have character Falcons. I wouldn't mind seeing like a Falcon in the style, a Chewbacca Falcon. Yes, I'm going to have to see how many pieces are in that big Chewbacca. Wonder if I'd be able to build a Falcon out of Chewie. A Chewbacca Falcon would be something, wouldn't it? All those like teeth elements built together. The jigsaw's coming together. So that's how big. Thing's massive, isn't it? It's like the length of the new U-Wing, but then bulkier, which is why it's more expensive. Ice Falcon. Oh yeah, the Ice Falcon jumps to hyperdrive and just shatters. A desert camo themed Falcon. That's the equivalent of the black, I guess. This is the desert camo of space. I still think it should have been navy. You know, not to question Star Wars legends of the 80s and 90s, but I think navy would have worked. Lego couldn't have done navy. Dark blue, there's not that many pieces. A Beskar Falcon. I can't spray paint this Falcon. This set's too expensive. I'll set Mustafar on fire. It will melt in Mustafar. Yeah, good thing the Falcon. Has the Falcon been to Mustafar? I don't think it has. Wait, no, I feel like Mustafar was quite cut off from the rest of the galaxy. You had the little mining station there. You never know. If it had to pick up any... What did Mustafar have to offer the galaxy? It must have been a central port for the Separatists to choose it. Mustn't it? What did Mustafar mine? There was the whole... Oh, lava mining. It was just lava. The Kliega factory is the factory from Revenge of the Sith, if you wondered. It's lava. And valuable minerals in the lava. The high ground. Yeah. That high ground. Do you think the Empire capitalized on it? If there's one thing the Empire did, this is the high ground. Welcome to you land. Welcome to the high ground. Please enjoy your stay. It's only like an hour-long experience. You get to stand there looking over the lava. Love a good Technic frame as a base. A Technic frame is always solid, especially with these longer bricks. I'm not a big fan. Oh, we don't have any of those. I was going to say I'm not a big fan of, you know, the 2x4 bricks with Technic. I prefer plates, and this is the perfect piece. So Lego have used 2 of these elements, which are showing up a lot. They're in a lot of the mechs. They're in a lot of the Ninjago Technic builds. these 1x2 bricks with a 1x2 plate, and they've combined 2 of them instead, which is lovely. Thank you, Lego. Please enjoy your lava bath next to Anakin. They've just got this Anakin that's constantly burning. Kylo took the Falcon on a joyride when he was a child. Yeah, maybe he did end up at Mustafar. He seemed to like Anakin's history. Anakin, no. So maybe he did. Maybe Kylo took it to Mustafar. I'm sure there's a comic on that. And a Comic-Con at Mustafar. X-Wings and TIE Fighters. Yeah. Imagine, I think Lego should have a few more of those lights and sound bricks. So for anyone that's built the Sorting Hat, you might have seen it on the channel a while back now. That has a brick in it that when you press, there's a few different ways of activating it. It has one of like 36 lines. I've still not heard them all. I've heard probably about 10 of them. So many lines in that thing. But they could do something like that with Star Wars with sound effects. You look at the big Chewie. A lot of these buildable creatures and characters, Chewie, 3PO, have quite big bases. You could sneak a little brick in there, a little button on top or at the back, or both. A button on top and at the back. Vader would be an amazing character built like that because you'd have the breathe. Actually, right, this is a bit loud, so I do apologize in advance to headphone users. But this is Funko. And Funko have fit the technology inside. This is a lights and sounds Vader. So let me turn off the light so you get the full experience. In 3, 2, 1. How cool is that? I think this is really cool. And Funko have also released a few larger ones. I think I've got the Vader and Kylo, which are the smaller bobbleheads. And they've also released, I think it's Vader, that they've made in a massive like 30-inch Funko Pop. If they can fit that sort of technology into a 6-inch tall Funko, they can fit it into the base, because everything's in the base. Nothing's in the actual Vader except for a button that goes the whole way along the neck and down one of the legs. All right, it's a bit more complicated than I thought, because Vader's got his legs apart and the cape swooshing around. Maybe they've hidden it in a tube that goes down. But imagine that in Lego. We get an X-Wing where we fold out the wings, and as they fold out, engines light up. There's a little hyperdrive swoosh off. Same with the TIE Fighters as well. Yeah, it would be awesome, wouldn't it? Would love a USB brick, sound brick with own sounds. Yeah, something that we could upload. I think if they did a sound brick, they'd have to store them on some sort of little memory card or something. I wonder how they store the sounds. Do you think if we got the sound brick from the Sorting Hat, we'd be able to download our own sounds onto it through like USB or something? Plug a memory card into the computer and then run it off there. I'm not pulling apart my partners, but I am going to look to see if anyone else has pulled it apart. Someone's got to be curious, other than us. Curious enough to deface a Lego brick that's worth probably like 50 quid. I got the Death Star for my son. Best trade. Yeah, that's a pretty solid trade. Vader never cared about the Death Star, did he really? Vader was in it just because he was angry. He was like, oh, Palpatine's betrayed me, but now I can't kill Palpatine because he killed everyone else. It was too late. Vader, too late, realised that it's not the Jedi way and stopped killing when he had one person left. I think had he killed Palpatine, Vader would have been dangerous. Vader, no turn. If Vader killed Palpatine, Luke ain't helping. Luke's dead. Luke is dying upon that first meet-up. But because of Palpatine and how much control Palpatine wanted, Vader was just toying with everyone. There was a sound brick in Mindstorms from '08 that was essentially a mic. Oh, that'd be nice. You'd just be able to play any sound effect. That would be useful for mocks. there was a lot of, when I was researching about the sabers, I didn't show you in the end because the stream crashed, but when I was researching about the sabers that I'll show up in tomorrow's video, there are so many sets that use like one piece and then don't go back. I'm sure sound bricks and light bricks as well. Light bricks. There are so many of them. There we go. But they use like once, maybe twice, and aren't really popular. Hello there, J-Dog. I'm building the Dark Falcon, and I think we're just about to piece the rest of the base together. Perfect timing. No problem, Carla King. Hope everything goes great at the hospital. May the bricks be with you too, and the force. Lego City train station. Oh yeah, the signal, the audio. I used to have one of the, I think it was like an old Thomas. It was an old Thomas set, but it was the wooden tracks, and that had some sound. That had a little pressure plate in one of the crossings. It might not have been Thomas, but it was compatible with the Thomas, and that was a crossing. 1, 2. Oh, is there meant to be? No, there we go. And that was awesome. Had a crane as well, lights and sounds. I'm surprised Lego haven't put more light kits in sets, especially Star Wars. You know, licensed sets. They could charge an easy extra like £10 just by adding the light kits, because the light kits alone are like 30, 40 quid for a starter kit. If it's an expensive set, you're paying like half the set. I think it was R2-D2. When I built R2-D2s just behind me, the light kit for that was like 50 quid, 50, 60 quid. Crazy, crazy money. When the set costs what it does, and the LEDs are, you know, a couple pence each. 1 and a 2. And this must be the ramp. I'm calling it now. This is the ramp. I think that would work. That was the ramp. That was the ramp. Then, oh, the Falcon will be coming out this way because the ramp's on the right-hand side. Although I'm sure there's a ramp on both sides. Depending which way they want to get off. Depends which way they've parked at the petrol station as to which side they get off. No problem. Yeah, it's quite late here in the UK. So if you've got something tomorrow, I would recommend sleeping and coming back to watch this on demand. But I appreciate all of you that are sticking through. Maybe on Saturday. On Saturday, I'll do it a bit early. Probably go live just after lunch on Saturday. That sounds like a plan. Where do you need to go? Oh, far side. There we go. Seems odd that we don't have enough pieces to do that on one side. What's this? That'd be on the back. If I am correct in that being the boarding ramp here, that'd be on the back of the ship. But it's... Oh no, because it's not symmetrical that way. This has to be the front of the ship. And then we've got the extra little, you know, cargo bit coming in. And this is out here to corner off the cockpit, is it? We can't see from the frame. We'll get to it. We'll get to it, you know, patience. We'll get to it. Jedi way and all that. I think what we thought was the ramp is actually the front. There we are. (9:02). Oh, so you're an hour ahead. It's 8:03 now. I've taken so long to read that. But yes, Saturday, as I said earlier, I didn't expect my Bricklink order to arrive, so I'm so happy it did. And that'll be tomorrow's video for all of you. But Saturday I can go earlier. Especially if we want to finish this. We'll be finishing it Saturday if I go a bit earlier. And playing some more. I think the Mando update is a smart... Oh wait. What about these? These aren't spare. Oh, these ones I forgot there, but the other ones, who knows? Oh no, I know. I've seen it now. I understand it now. And they're one off, are they? Yes. Need all the structural integrity we can get when building this Falcon. One piece goes missing, and the whole system goes down. Am I going to mod the Dark Falcon to have a retractable landing gear? That's a good point you say it now. I should probably be adding that now. But what I found with the Force Awakens Falcon is you had to, I think there were a few brackets on that one. There was something that connected the bottom. Maybe it was the landing gear. Maybe there was some Technic beams going up through it. It was fairly easy to peel off. You flip the Falcon upside down and you can just like shed this entire skin. So I'm going to risk it. I'm going to build this as a set. And then yes, I'm definitely going to build some retractable gear. That sounds fun. That's what you said. The whole system goes down. That was my favorite thing to requote when watching through Andor. Every chance I get. Every chance. Bag number 3. And we do need the big plate. So I might as well open this one as well. We've got the 2 bars that go around the engine. And then the cockpit piece. Which I'm surprised when I go to package them separately. They aren't really ever scratched. Oh, we do have a little scratch. We got a little scratch there. The camera will not make this out. Unless... No, the camera's not going to show it. It's a little scratch. And it's actually on the inside. Oh yeah. A little scratch on the inside. Which is funny because this was inside the other cone. But we won't need these yet. Cockpit might be one of the last things we do. And then some of the longer bar elements. Bridgie asked if she got the gun. I find your answer vague and unconvincing. K2SO is my favourite thing to quote. I tell you what, there's a few. I like Vader's "Careful not to choke on your aspirations, director." That's a cool line. I didn't know Vader had many bones left in his body, let alone a funny one. That, and also Krennic. Krennic's got some powerful lines like the "We stand here amongst my achievements, not yours," when Tarkin takes all the credit and steps in. Just, oh, it's going well? All right, well, I will be assuming control now. Just completely taking over. I feel like he just took over the ISB at that point. That's it. There was only Tarkin, no longer the ISB. Part 2, need to pick a brick of 700 plus euros. Fair. That's some order, but what's that for? That's a big pick a brick order. You could probably build a few Falcons with that. Is this that? Oh, this is what it is. It's these beams at the front. We're going to have some Technic beams that lock this to like the whole roof of the ship. That's what I had to pull apart. And then the bottom just peels off. Not easily. Eventually. Very much eventually. I'm happy that Rogue One has aged well. I think that did have a lot resting on it. Given how the sequels have aged, don't get me wrong, in a few years the sequels will be just like the prequels. Well, maybe not just like the prequels. Sequel fans don't have Clone Wars, but they'll still be liked. And now with Rogue One getting Andor, maybe that was its Clone Wars alternate. I would not imagine anyone comparing Andor to the Clone Wars, but just did. They're nothing alike, but they kind of feel, yeah. When's Darth Vader's birthday? Is it when Anakin was born, or when Vader swore his oath to the Emperor, or is it when Anakin was freed? Is it when Anakin was freed, which was the same day he was then accepted into the Jedi Temple? Could that be? Or is Vader like the king? Does Vader have multiple birthdays? One on a hot day, aka Mustafar, which is the same day that he swore his oath. One on his actual birthday, and then he also has his birthday socially, which is when he celebrates being freed. And I don't know if he'd celebrate becoming a Jedi. That's something that Vader probably wouldn't celebrate. But if it means an extra birthday, or does the Emperor celebrate Vader's birthday? Vader has to buy the Emperor gifts for his own birthday. Hello there, Romania Bricks, welcome. Great set. I just saw your review. I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen your review pop up. Nice to see you loved it in the end. That's good news. I do like the idea someone brought up earlier of a bunch of elemental falcons. I think it'd be expensive. It would be expensive, but how fun it would be just to have a fleet of falcons for every different occasion. It's a bit like the polybag that we built. I still have a few of those built, including my Dark Falcon. Let's find that. Oh, it's a whole church building. A few bricks. Fair enough. When I'm placing a pick a brick order, whether it's on Bricklink or on Lego.com, you've got to order a few extra bricks that you like. That's what I did with my recent Bricklink order. It was mainly for 3 of the items, but then I saw another one, and then we were talking about another one the other day on stream, and I was like, yeah, I'll add that. And before you know it, I've got a cart worth like double what I was going to spend. Here we go. So here's the sequel trilogy Falcon. Big modification is that antenna, which is really the only difference for The Force Awakens at least, and then it kind of goes back to how it was in the original trilogy. We got the Solo Falcon. This doesn't count as building the Solo Falcon. I don't have that old set, but this is the closest that I've come. And then we've also got the mini Dark Falcon in the style of this year's polybag. So I've kind of built the Dark Falcon, at least a mock of the Dark Falcon at the least. So we'll be comparing this one to the original set at some point. That was a blast. I think we also had the prequel Falcon, which was the Millennium Falcon, but the red switched to blue, which is kind of my head canon, kind of official canon for the original Falcon colours. And then the original set, which I've still got some bagged because we ordered so much Lego in May. We got so many Falcons. Building is the 2x1 plate. I like the 2x1 plate for building buildings. I think the 2x1 plate is better than the 2x1 brick because it gives that proper brick effect. Other than that, it's the helmet. Oh, the helmet pictured. That looks like, it's the one with wings, isn't it? It looks like the Thor helmet, but it's not the Thor helmet. It's one of the knights, I think. If I can remember that correctly. Yeah, when you're building a big building, I used to have a city and it wasn't that big. The city wasn't that big, but it was big enough that it took me quite some time to build each layer because I was building full interiors, trying to get it look as good, trying to get it to look as good. I'd probably have built it very differently now, but the little details make or break a Lego build, and that's what you spend more time on. There we go, the biggest piece in the set, so big it needed its own bag. I'm still confused why we put this on now and Lego didn't leave it till later. It's just one of those pieces they probably forgot. When they were adding the instructions, they forgot about it and were like, oh, that'll be fine. It'll be fine. No one will notice. Well, we noticed. Probably there from the start. There we go. Still got the hole for the 2 beams. I'm calling it the 2 beams are in there. I tell you what, I don't think many Lego pieces are underrated. I think a few are overrated. Some of the cockpits, I see a lot of mocks, especially in the Star Wars space, a lot using the Speed Champions cockpits. You know, we're looking at U-wings. We're looking at, I think I saw an A-wing the other day. Don't want to call anyone out. If that's a big Lego YouTuber that's used the Speed Champions cockpit for the A-wing, you know, it was a good build, but I just don't think it works for a lot of ships. Hello there, Maverick. I think the Speed Champions, it works for cars. And there is that default X-Wing cockpit, which again, for the U-Wing, it's decent. It's decent. I can't complain with it. But some cockpits really don't work with each other. And I think the Speed Champions one is an odd one to throw in there for Star Wars of all things. But that 1x2 plate, that's what I was getting to. That 1x2 plate, I think is underrated. It's not used enough. People are quick to throw out the, you know, the common Lego elements. And I think that 1x2 plate should probably be used a bit more, not from Lego, but for mock building. For building as well. I should probably be using it a bit more. That's what it is. I think I should be using it a bit more, so I think everyone should. Bag number 4. Oh, we got our first non-black, grey, dark tan, red or blue pieces. There's trans red, there's light tan, and I think there's a brown. Or is that a red? Can't forget about the loading ramp. There we go. I've been very neat today. Normally I just throw these on the floor. But it acts as a nice pocket for the bags. Noisy. It's a nice pocket. Have the Rise of Skywalker Falcon, and which is heavily modified to include a full interior 4-seater cockpit. I think this one has a 3-seater cockpit, doesn't it? Because the Rise of Skywalker one fit Dio. It fit Dio, and they were like, yep, 3-seaters. Can't fit a minifigure, can't even fit BB-8 or a Porg. It fits only Dio. We'll say it's a 3-seat cockpit. I modified the Force Awakens one, and it was dodgy. I mean, Force Awakens, that was like 2015, so that was 10 years ago. 10 years ago? No, it wasn't. We'll say 9 to make me feel better. Single digits. It was 9 years ago. 9 something. 9 years, 11 months, you know, something like that. And I modified that cockpit. It was being held on by like 2 studs. And I don't mean the cone bit of the cockpit. That was probably held on by 2 to 4 studs. I mean, like, most of the cockpit was held on by 2 studs with a plate coming out and then a few different wedges. I need to redo that. If I am going to rebuild it, I need to fix that up. Make that look a bit better. But it's a modification that has to be made in it. 4 seats. 4 seats in the cockpit. Lego are building this to be played with. They want it to be sturdy. But 4 seats is doable. Like 4 seats. Not room for 4 minifigures, 4 chairs. I think 4 chairs is doable. You just got to hollow out a bit more of the cockpit. When we have a little look in the original trilogy, especially at the Falcon, the cone only sticks out just above Chewie and Han's head, doesn't it? The rest of the Falcon is all controls going back, so they could hollow out the cockpit a little bit more. Not minifigure scale, I get, but Series 15. I don't really remember. I don't remember many. I remember there's that Halloween series. Oh, okay, I see the helmet now. I recognise Shark Guy because of all the key rings, and Lego have really hopped on Shark Guy. But we got a half human, sort of like a Minotaur, not Minotaur, but the half human guy. Is that a badger? Did we get a badger in season 15? A knight. That's a cool looking knight with a green. I like that one. We got crutches. I didn't know about that. We got a little baby. We got a pig and a farmer, a spaceman. Oh, this is awesome. Ballerina, a queen, Catwoman, a wrestler, and then Shark Guy. I didn't realise. It makes sense Shark Guy was from a CMF. That makes sense. Where was I for 15? Was I still getting 14 or 16? Yeah, 16, I remember the banana dude. Yeah. What about 14? Oh, look, 14 was the Halloween season. I remember 14 and 16. I don't remember 15. 4 seats in the San Diego Comic-Con cockpit. I built it? Did I show it off? I'm gonna have to see if I've done a video on that. It's not bad. Not bad, that. Because I did build it when I was building the T6 cockpit. I did a similar thing when Ahsoka was coming out. That was back when I had time to build everything. I think we went on a little Ahsoka run. All the mocks were Ahsoka themed. And then we went straight into Bad Batch, or we might have come from Bad Batch into Ahsoka. Now I just want to build everything. Yeah, not a big set. It's interesting we haven't seen, you know, like I think the UCS set, that's got a seat 4, doesn't it? It doesn't come with 4 minifigures to seat. But surely that seats 4 minifigures. Being ultimate collectors and trying to get it as accurate. Not in a playset. We can't set all the minifigures in the cockpit in a playset where all minifigures would want to be in a cockpit. The UCS set, we can display them out front. Give us a little plaque. We'll display them there. Mad. Flying Warrior. That's a snazzy name and all. Still haven't beat the E-Wing. That's another one that I was going to part out. E-Wing and Shin Hati. And then we also had what was the mashup? Rebuild the Galaxy, the X-Wing and TIE. Which, that TIE fighter has the same piece. That TIE fighter, the bomber, and Ahsoka's Eater all share this front piece. So now I've got a second one. I could have Vader's Advance / the bomber, and then have that TIE fighter and see how big they are compared to each other. The E-Wing looks pretty cool. Still think the E-Wing would make a great X-Wing. Modified. The nose is a bit chunky, but I still think there's enough pieces in that to mash up a little X-Wing. Because we haven't got an X-Wing by itself. We got the mashup, but we haven't got an X-Wing by itself for years now. Probably was the Jan Dodano one, which was the last one. And that was a while ago. That was quite some time ago. Too busy. Oh, you missed out on the 50% off. Sacrifices were made. At least some people benefit from that. I'm sure some people took advantage of that deal. Let me make sure my camera is in low power mode. All right. I will return in a few seconds. No, it isn't. I wondered why it was burning through battery. All right, there we go. Best keep that on so we don't kill the stream. Good thing I checked. I was looking at it thinking, did I remember? Did I remember it? No, I didn't. In your story, you made Helm, a parasite which uses a figure as a host. Oh, like a minifigure. So it's not a Lego. That's a good idea. Thinking outside the Lego figure there. Ooh. This might be new. This is not the 1x1 round piece. Let's get a plate. I don't know if black was the right choice here. You might not be able to see it. But it's not a round 1x1. It's a half round. So it's got the flat side on top and then the round side on the other side. Haven't seen many of those in a translucent colour. Mind you, I don't think I've seen many. Probably got like 20 of them. Haven't seen many. Oh. I don't know what these clips are for. Because this is the engine. I've just watched Solo. So this is the reactor. Hello there, Revan's Brick Corner. Hello there, Revan. This is the reactor that they pump a little bit of that coaxium. Yes, of that coaxium into to get that extra little boost they need to escape from. I'd say the Maw. It was more from what was eating the Maw. Hello there, GMI Bricks. Welcome. E-Wing would be a good alternate build for a Viper from Battlestar Galactica. Oh, let's have a little look at that. Oh yeah, it would be. It reminds me a little bit of the V-Wing with how the size is, and then it goes to that point at the back and is kind of triangular, just without the V-Wings, really. Same without the E-Wings. The E-Wing looks like an E from above, but I think that's a stretch. You'd need to shorten the wings and add that little fin going down the middle. And yeah, it also reminds me a little bit of the speeders in Star Wars with the engines on the side. It's like if you gave the speeders, you know, your average bark speeder, for instance, a cockpit and then added a few little fins on the side of it. Made it into a bullet. Other two parts of helm and shoulder. One dark side, one light side. Nice. Sounds like you got the story nice and developed for it. I wouldn't mind seeing, you know what? I wouldn't mind seeing Lego take on some projects where they'd have to choose, you know, they'd have to go with storytellers as opposed to Lego builders to create it. But if Lego just picked up a story from, at the end of Lego Movie, we saw a lot of images of these builds that children made. I think it was something to do with the Discovery Centers at the time, and it was ultimately a promotion for them. But I think it'd be cool if they just take the story and use that to influence a movie. So they're working on a story, and then, you know, one random Discovery Center, they have someone walk through the door and they're like, oh, what do you think would happen if? And that's it. They have to run with whatever that child says and make the movie that way. Plot twist. It would be a big plot twist, wouldn't it? Because children aren't going to think of it systematically and go, oh, well, based on the movies I've seen, you know, this should happen. They're just going to say the first thing that comes to their mind. And that would be a movie I'd be down to watch. Just these random twists and turns. I don't know the exact age limit of a Discovery Center, so I don't know the range of this movie. But you know, Lego, there's my pitch. Make the story part one, but I'll copy. I mean, dependent on how you go about creating a story, you know, as long as you're not infringing on any other characters and you pick some unique names, I'm sure copyright could be got around with it some way. But either way, it's fun to make up your own little stories, even with a Lego set like this. You know, the characters have stories. The ship has so many stories. Might be the most well-traveled ship in the Star Wars universe. But you can make up a little bits as you go along. You know, mix up the jigsaw pieces, so to speak, and create your own. Or, like me, pair this with something from Legends. We have our first sticker. The animation. Oh, it's animated. Took 12 years. Is it Lego? Like Lego stop motion? Or is it, you know, typical animation? Clone Wars. Clone Wars is usually what I think for animation. I'm going to have to get this on straight. Oh, no. Right. It's got to go on that way. I'm one with the Force is with me. I'm one with the Force is with me. Come on. Yep. Yep. No. Do it. Yes. Yes. Perfect. Practically perfect in every way. Just make sure we get it in the right way as well. It's quite snazzy, that. I haven't built the Rise of Skywalker Falcon. I don't know if this is exactly how it is. I'm going to assume so. If so, that's a nice choice. That's got the mouldy stamp of approval. Lego animation. Oh, nice. You're in the right place for finding Lego fans. And Star Wars fans, to be fair. One or the other. And Star Wars fans love a good story. Can't get enough of them. Disney should be putting out... Disney shouldn't. Disney shouldn't be putting out more. Disney should just be letting Star Wars go with it. I can't help but think we had a load more Star Wars stories back in the day. All of them under the Clone Wars banner, weren't they? I do sound a bit old. Back in my day, before Disney, BD, and after George, no, that's the same thing. No, before Disney and after Disney? I guess after Disney works. AD, but we've already got AD. That's the proper date. Maybe AG. I don't think that stands for anything offensive, does it? Wrong question to ask. Would recommend tweezers. I used to use the brick separator, and I'll be honest, I don't have a good reason why I don't use the brick separator. I think I've just got back into the use of using my fingers because the new stickers are no longer affected by, well, I mean, everything's affected by like subtle hand oils and that, but they're not as affected as all of the older stickers. So you can use your fingers with this fine. And I think I just have more control over, maybe I have more control over a brick separator. Tweezers does not work for me, but maybe a brick separator, because you've got this whole thing to grip. Maybe that would have been easier. I'd have done it first time. I'll go back to it for the next sticker and we'll see how quickly and smooth it is. So just peel the sticker off and bam. Usually build the sets, then put the bricks in. I'm a bit of the same. I like to build sets, and some of them, you can see the helmets next to my Clone Trooper helmet. We got Boba, Trooper, Rex, and actually the Dinosaur. Dinosaur's a pretty good build. I really want to build that into a Mythosaur, but I like the build a bit too much to break it down. But usually I do break them down, get an alternate build or two out of them, and then part them out so I can use them for mocks. Because I've got so, I mean, these drawers are filled with Lego. These ones are here. And my arsenal is just continuously building. Hey, welcome, Revan. Welcome, Revan, to Stud Tier. I will be 3D printing your name on a tile. Where's the members board? Can't be hiding the members board. There you go. I will have that ready to go for, I tell you what, I have that ready to go for tomorrow's stream. We will be playing Fortnite rather than building Lego. I should have that just about here. GMI, welcome, thank you. Welcome to Stud Tier. You do get access to the Discord as well, so be sure to check that out. And you'll get your names just next to Antonio on the members board. I need somewhere to rest this, don't I? Just about that. Just gonna put that there. That's all right, isn't it? Maybe we should put it on the wall. There, on this shelf. That's a good idea. That with the silver stud as well. Lovely. Thank you. I'm going to move these backwards. Make sure I'm showing off them at channel members. Watch, knowing my luck, that's going to fall this stream. You both deserve it. I can't remember what the other perks were. I do occasionally do members exclusive stuff as well. Keep your eye out for that.
Comment priority.
Comment, yeah, comment priority is a big thing because recently there's been so many of you commenting on videos. Thank you so much. And yeah, there's no way I can keep up with comments. So members do get comment priority. And as of starting this stream, that was a lot. Oh, I also, yeah, it's a good thing you're here. I forget all of this. Also get early videos. If I have I'll tell you what I'll do. When I end today's stream, I'll whack tomorrow's video on members early. Because that's a bricklink order and a fun one at that. There you go. New members reminding me about all the perks. And a little doorway. Oh. Oh, no, I think it's not a doorway. I thought they had a little doorway here through to the cockpit. What is the time I'm normally streaming? So the time I've gotten into is 7 o'clock here in the UK. British summertime, 7 o'clock. It's usually an hour earlier when it's not British summertime. So I think this is 6. Oh, is it an hour later? Right, I can't remember summertime now. It goes forward, so it's now 6 UTC. Either way, 7 o'clock British time is usually when I stream, but occasionally I do go live a bit earlier, dependent on what I've got during the day. Like I say, I could have streamed a bit earlier if I didn't have the Bricklink order. I will be going live earlier on Saturday, so Saturday might be a lunchtime. You know, maybe around 2 o'clock Saturday. I have that scheduled up the night before. If it's not 7 o'clock, it will be scheduled, so you should be able to see. But usually 7. So what's the time? 8:30. Go back an hour and a half ago, and that's regular time. Easier than you googling British summertime. Time is one thing that I'm just not very good with. Well, I'm good with now. I never was. All right, see you then. Tomorrow will be 7 o'clock. I can assure you of that. Hopefully. No problem. Thanks for hanging. May the bricks be with you. And good night. It seems odd saying that before ending out the stream. I'm sure the odd listener will wonder why the streams are ending so soon. It's a fun build though. Given the fact there was a lot of Technic, it's a really fun build with all these bricks on top. How often that really is. Oh, thank you. Gifted membership. Who got the gifted? Chronic Gaming received the gifted membership. Thank you for that. So Chronic Gaming, you will also be getting your name on the members board. Still filling it up pretty fast for this year. Ain't bad. But how often? That was the question, wasn't it? How often do I stream? Well, thank you. And I used to stream every Saturday. Every Saturday was a Lego build, and then I got requested a bunch of games. We played Fortnite and Repo and a little bit of Battlefront. Battlefront doesn't seem to be as, not as popular, but doesn't seem to be as energetic at the minute. So we'll slip into Battlefront after Fortnite. I think with all the Fortnite updates, we've got caught up in Fortnite, and now we're trying to get Grievous. We've got to get Grievous. And then we've also got the Mando update, which was today. So we've got to get, I might purchase the Mando skin. I might, if I like the look of it, because it's meant to be customizable. So I can't wait to see that. But this week we've streamed. Oh, we didn't stream Sunday. I don't tend to stream Sundays. This week is the end of the Premier League in the UK though. So I might go live. I might go live for the end of the Premier League. Depends if I'm watching football or not. I'm not turning this into a football channel. But yeah, there's not really a plan. We've been playing games and building Lego on and off. We had a lot of Lego to build in May. And at 10k subs, we're also building. I'm pretty sure this set gets heavier and heavier to pick up every time. Look at me complaining about a big Lego set. We will be building the Slave One at 10k. Thank you all for the support. Being able to pick up a 10k set. Oof. Yes, let's have the UCS Death Star first. But being able to pick up a UCS set just with all your support is crazy. And that will be built at 10k. So we're going live for that. That will be a bonus stream, depending on what we've got going on that day. And yeah, just whenever we've got a chance to chill. How much is it for memberships? It is. I remember. I'm making sure. For memberships, you see, stud tier is 99p a month. That will convert across currencies, and brick tier is $2.99. Brick tier gets you access to all the instructions on top. So stud tier gets you access to the priority reply, the members early, the members Discord, and any other exclusive member stuff I post from time to time. And then brick tier gets you not only instructions, actually, the decals, which are on my website. I do have decals. I'm selling decals at the minute. The decals on the website are the droids, Plo Koon, a lot of the backs for the droids. I have a few of them here. So you see the R5 unit that came out at the start of this year. There we are. This droid, for instance, doesn't have a back on the Lego version, but I have made my own decals, which are able to be printed on decal paper, which is fairly cheap. I mean, it still costs a printer and the paper, but it's fairly cheap besides that. And I think the decals cost like 70p. So dependent on your currencies, that's not too bad. And then instructions as well, all on the Discord. All of it on the Discord. Just finished the Slave one a couple days ago. Did you enjoy it? Silly question, innit? UCS set. Of course. How much did you enjoy it? On a scale of... How can you scale UCS sets? The excitement I have for that set is crazy. Cannot wait, cannot wait. Very good build. I think this Slave 1, it was between this Slave 1, I put out a little community vote, and it was between this Slave 1, the other one that I really wanted was the Sail Barge. But I'll be honest, the Sail Barge is for the figures. I would love to get the Sail Barge for the figures. The Henchmen, Jabba the Hutt. Never got a Lego Jabba the Hutt. I remember saving up for the Rancor and Jabba's Palace back in the day, like 2012. And then it was the same time as like the Venator. What did I end up buying? 2012? 2012 would have been... You know what, I might have bought a PlayStation instead. I'm trying to think what it was. That's the camera frozen. Yeah, it might have been a PlayStation instead of a Lego set. Big mistake. Should have bought the Lego set. It's worth a lot more than that PlayStation was. No, a PlayStation was worth it. 10 out of 10 build. Messed it up a couple times. That's me. I am a terror for messing up builds. A lot of the times I'll be talking, not paying attention, and like missing the little ramp bit earlier. Thankfully, because I'm talking, I can usually get away with it. But yeah, sometimes it is harder to hide the facts. Surprised we haven't got, with how many different interior... Let me go back to Ahsoka's Eater. I really do like that set. Heavy recency bias, but on the inside, we've got a stickered towel because it's the same piece. I think it's the exact same sticker or the same design that they used for Anakin's Eater for... It might have been Anakin's Eater beforehand in a different color and a few other ships, but I'm surprised we haven't got any controls for the Falcon. They look... Was this made for the Falcon? They actually look pretty accurate to it. I just want a wider inside for that jump to hyperdrive, which I assume is what this little lever is representing. Chewie, punch it. But yeah, I wonder if there has been a Falcon. The UCS Falcon's got to have something different. Let's have a little look. Who would have reviewed the UCS Falcon? Someone's got to. Who are we shouting out? Solid Bricks or Tiago? No, let's go Tiago. Sorry, David. We're picking Tiago. Let's see if I can find the cockpit for this. Make sure we ain't missed any pieces while talking about it. Oh, this was 2 years ago. Okay, that's not... Ah, look, the bent instruction manual. A big cockpit, and they've done exactly what we said about hollowing out the back of it to fit more figures, but how many more? I like the switch. The minifigures are pretty cool. The gas mask. So 4 minifigures fit. They haven't hollowed it out as much. And they've also just included the same piece. It looks like the same piece twice for the cockpit. I don't know. I can't see if Chewie's got the same. And they're missing that lever in the middle. They've just got a one round stud. But it don't look bad. And then they've got some of those classical wire pieces in 1x2 tiles. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. Oh, we'll give the video a like. Tiago's recently, actually it's Tiago that's recently done a video about, where is it? Oh, it might not be on this channel. I'm pretty sure it's Tiago that did a video about a UV printer. But that UV printer looks awesome. That's a conversation in itself. We are having talks about that. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Got the U-Wing from the newest wave. Pretty underrated set. I tell you what, that U-Wing in every way, I think size included, it scales up a bit better than the old U-Wing. Oh, where did... I've got so many sets just on the floor behind me where I've modified a few of them. And if you want to check out a modification to hollow out the inside, I've gone through a sort of step-by-step tutorial. Well, I say step-by-step. I tell you to break it down and then I show you how to put it back together. But my modification for the U-Wing, I like this set so much, I didn't want to remove anything from the wings. A lot of modifications have taken from the wings and used that to fill the cockpit. But I've ripped off the front of this piece here and used only pieces from this set to hollow out the middle so you can get up to seven minifigures in the U-Wing. Look, the whole interior goes to the front, and oh, I forgot to put back the window. I should probably do that. It goes all the way through, and you can see sticking out there. You can only get one minifigure wired in here until you get to the back when it goes up to 2. But it would have been nice to have got 2 minifigures in that cockpit. It would have been really nice. Maybe I can revisit this one day. A UCS U-Wing? A UCS wing? Oh, a UCS U-Wing's a really good idea. If Lego don't, I will. UCS U-Wing. Or we can do what we're doing with Grogu. With Grogu, we are upscaling the entire build. So this is our minifigure scale Grogu. I told you, Lego everywhere. Minifigure scale Grogu, 216 times bigger. And this is using the baby astronaut CMF as well on top with a 3D printed head. Eventually we'll get around to brick building it. The U-Wing at this scale would be 6 times as long. I think it's like 30, probably pushing 40. The old one was 45 or 46. And this is pushing 40 centimeters long. So 6 times that, 2.4 meters. That's long. Maybe that's too long for a U-Wing, but it'd be cool. It would be really cool. Oh, another modification actually that I mentioned briefly. Yeah, there's a few of them. The engines as well. I have nicked a piece for. One piece. If you do have a ball joint on a bar, one piece, and you can clip. Wait for the click. You can clip the door to the back. Oh, I've clipped it on the wrong piece, haven't I? It's meant to go on the back piece. But if you can clip this to the ball and bar joint on the back, you can have it angled. I've seen one person get a sliding angled door, and to be fair, props to them. Can't remember who they were. I saw it on shorts. I tend to flick through. Shorts are too addicting. Shorts are way too addicting. But there you go. You can clip the door open, perfect for mocks, and then you can get all 7 minifigures inside. Though, as I mentioned in the video, we don't have 7 minifigures at any point inside the U-Wing, so maybe 7 was a little overkill. If you hear a crash, it's that U-Wing dropping. Hopefully not. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. The U-Wing's such a good base model. I think Lego should advertise the creativity a bit more. Actually taking a set and then, you know, doing a little something to improve on the base build. Lego need to advertise that, and their reviews would go through the roof. I couldn't believe, I titled the video, I could not believe that Ahsoka's Eater, it's changed now. Since I've made the video, should we see what the average score is? For Ahsoka's Eater, it was the worst rated Lego Star Wars set on lego.com. with those minifigures. Are you crazy? The worst rated set. It's mental. So, what was it? Sokazita. Oh, that's better. 2.5. It's averaging 2.5. So I'm going to take all the credit for that. Hopefully a load of you went over and flooded it with good reviews. Actually, I ordered this made, didn't I? I could leave a review. 148. Oh yeah, there's an extra like 50 reviews. 25% would recommend. Play experiences up and value. Not bad. Look at that. 100 5-star reviews. It's doubled. It's doubled since the last time I was on it. Probably even a bit more than that. Wolfman Bricks did a sliding door on one of the U-Wings. Has he done a new... I know he did a U-Wing, probably for Rogue One. I don't know. I don't know if Wolfman was making videos back then. Has Wolfman updated the U-Wing? What have I misspelled? Oh no, I haven't. We got the X. Oh yeah, there's a new U-Wing. Okay, I'll have to check that one out because Wolfman builds these ships from scratch and they're very expensive, a lot of technical elements. They are models at the end of the day. They're not Lego sets anymore. These are model kits. I have to watch that. I liked the Arc 170. I thought that was a nice take on it, especially at that scale. It's quite a nice build. I'll have to check that out because the one that I saw on shorts, I think they got the sliding door by just wedging a door in there. They had the perfect gap because I couldn't find any rowels or any other hinges unless they hit a Technic beam. I've seen a lot of people using the Technic beam. The big problem with that is no one uses one of it's the underside. The underside plate. Do I have any? Oh, Ahsoka's ship uses them. Any of these? You'd need to use some of these elements holding on the wing to then be able to slope the door. No one does that. They just have the straight up door. And using a little axle or something. I think it's a choice. I think it's a choice for most people to square it off. I do like the slope door. So I have to see if that's a slope sliding door. But yeah, I don't know how the other person did it that I saw. It's magic until you know how. Which makes it more impressive, maybe. Where are... Do Lego not have outlines? Am I just realising this about Lego? Decades into building. Do Lego... I guess they've got the white outlines. Do they not have red normally? Or is that a mock building thing? No. Are they red? Are different colours red? No, they don't have any outlines. That might be because I've been touching up a few of my older rubricable mock instructions and the ones on the website. That might be something that I've just completely forgot. Told myself wrong. I could have sworn they were red. Good thing I didn't. I've been in trouble then. It's handy when you're building on Studio. It's a Bricklink software, and it does have a feature to automatically make instructions for you. I keep testing it out, and I'm waiting to be surprised. I really hope they are, finalizing and updating the automatic instructions, because if they could nail that and I could build a model on there. Oh, hello there, first time commenter. What does it mean? What does it mean I'm going to build the Falcon vertically? The vertical is for a vertical stream. So I'm streaming both on horizontal, on what YouTube call YouTube, and then also streaming on Shorts. So on Shorts, you see me up there and also down there. But on the regular stream, you've just seen me point to the top and bottom of the screen. It's quite confusing if I don't explain it. But the reason I do that on Shorts I have it split. So I have about this much of the screen and then the full thing. So you can see me and what I'm showing you and then the full build. That's where the vertical comes into it. And a little secret between you and me, if any of you are streamers out there or clip up any videos, that vertical stream does wonders for Shorts. I can just download that and clip that up, and that saves so much editing. If I did download it, I haven't downloaded the last few, need to get to that. But it does do wonders. It's pre-edited for you. No problem. Ooh. I'm missing a brick or something, can I? No. Oh, 2 plates. Not quite a brick. I like looking at a load of other Star Wars mock builds, especially after talking about it the other day. Was it Coconut Bricks? Is Coconut Bricks working on a mock at the minute? It might have been. Coconut Bricks usually does some of the bigger ones where they just pile in a bunch of ships and get a few things going. Let's see what Coconut Bricks is working on. The finale of Minban's out 2 days ago. Oh, lovely. It might have been Minban. Yeah, it was a Minban update that I watched 11 days ago. Is that one? Oh, okay. I'm going to have to add that. I've got so much to watch. Good thing I'm keeping up with my own videos. It's a lot more fun streaming as well. For certain things, you know, for like reviews, for instance. I don't think I'd make too many reviews. Stick it in a live stream and you can get so much more out of it. Because reviews only go so far. The thing with reviews... Oh, thank you for the sub. The thing with reviews is you can only tell what you think. And I don't tend to think too much in the moment. My mind is not in the here and now where it belongs. It's very much all over the place at all times. So if someone wants to know something specific, it's easier to drop in a stream, pop the question, and you can always comment on both videos. But I find it... I do like the energy a lot more in streams. Well, this... Oh, that's because I don't need both of them. I wondered this was not really working, that's why. We're getting there, we're getting there. What's that? Mistake tally. We should have a little mistake tally to count them. 0 mistakes so far, of course. I think this set, we've built the gift with purchase. We've built Ahsoka's Eater. I think this is the final of those May gift with purchases. Yes, we built a load of May gift with purchases, but this is the final of those May sets. Well, this isn't a May set. This is an April set. I was lucky enough to get gifted this one. So we've built the May sets. We've got one more gift with purchase. There's one just up there. That's an empty box on the far side because I was worried it would fall. And that other one is one more gift with purchase. But I might hang on to that. I might hang on to that. I don't like the idea, still don't like the idea of selling sets down the line. It's just a me thing. If you want to hold on to sets, that's a very smart choice. But I'm unsure if I'll ever actually sell it. I think it will be more likely a future giveaway or something on this channel. Maybe we can invest that into a new set. It's not doing half bad, the price of it. Compared to, well, last year's ain't doing too bad either. We on 6? No, 5. There we go. Thought this was 7. Smaller bag. Realised as we build the Falcon, we're going to run out of room on this desk. As soon as we get to these front bits here, which I'm worried is coming up, I'm going to have to rethink this. But we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We'll plough forward. All right. I'm using for anyone that can't see, well, you all can't see down there, but I'm using Jango Fett Starship as a side table. The most expensive side table I have ever seen. like £300 UTS set. Is that more expensive than the coffee book? Because that's like 200. Don't know who started it, but a long time ago, in an internet far, far away, Darth Jar Jar was first seen in short stop motion stories. And that's where Lego got the inspiration. I know Darth Jar Jar is a little thing, and I know Robot Chicken wasn't the original, because Lucas liked the idea of having Robot Chicken do the whole Darth Jar Jar story. So they got it from somewhere. But I don't know. I don't know who started it. Someone must have. What if Lucas started it? How cool would that be? It was like a little animation. It was before the Clone Wars, like before Clone Wars, the O3 version, and Lucas just released his own animation of Darth Jar Jar. These are not the Lords of the Sith. These are the Lords of the Sith. And these are in big doo-doo this time. Oh, it's one of the best things to come from Star Wars, isn't it? It really is. Good old Darth Jar Jar. And finally, I still don't get where the Fortnite canon fits in with Star Wars canon, if I'm honest. But finally, Darth Jar Jar's been brought into Fortnite. I think Fortnite's a parallel universe. I can't remember the whole Palpatine thing, because they announced Palpatine's return in Fortnite, and then they had a comic series. There was like a comic run that canonized Fortnite so that Palpatine's return could be announced. But I don't remember how far that goes. I don't know how deep it is. But yeah, the fact that Fortnite is canon, therefore in an alternate reality, Darth Jar Jar is also canon. That's amazing. Tick that off your bingo Star Wars list. I don't think going into the year anyone prepared for that, because I don't think we knew what we were getting in Fortnite. One of the first things leaked, and it's going to be one of the last updates. Watch that be the live event. Because at the minute, Jar Jar's just been added, so we've technically got Darth Jar Jar in the game. We just don't know it's Darth Jar Jar yet. It's secret Darth Jar Jar in the game. Hiding in plain sight, just like Palpatine. It's like poetry, isn't it? It rhymes. Atomic Bricks has the Dark Falcon and the Falcon. The Falcon. The Falcon. The Falcon. Might not look like much, but she's got it where it counts. That's the Falcon. Do I have the normal grey one? I have the Force Awakens one. It's there. It's parted out at the minute, but I'm hoping to maybe next week we'll get to building it. As soon as next week we'll get round to rebuilding it, because I would like to have a little look at the similarities and differences. Having not picked up the Rise of Skywalker, I stayed up all night. I think it was an Audi. I think it was Audi that had it, and I stayed up all night trying to order it online. Didn't work. So then I waited outside my closest one and ended up getting in there early because it was over COVID. It was Black Friday, but it was over COVID. So they let people in an hour earlier. I must have, for a medical reason, been able to have got in an hour earlier. So I went in an hour earlier. Yeah, it must have been my asthma, because that's a story and a half. The NHS, it's a good thing it's free. Otherwise, that'd be a whole waste of money. But it's waited to get in an hour early, and then ended up traveling to the next closest. By the time I got there, I was probably going in with the rest of everyone, and nothing. But they had the Falcon for like 45, 50 quid. The best deal I've seen for anything Lego Star Wars. And long story short, it wasn't a waste of time. It was fun. It was very fun. And I had a big long sleep when I got back. But yeah, no Falcon. Oh, thank you. Welcome to the channel. I'm liking... I can't remember how the back goes for the Force Awakens Falcon. I don't think it's placed. I think there's a Technic piece. Is there like a tube or something in trans blue? But I'm liking the 1x2 tiles. It just feels a bit more solid. When you see the Falcon on screen, you know, it's got those big Krennic shuttle engines that could just blow you off the planet. And it's hiding the hinges. Oh, look at that. So it's covering up the hinges when it's at the angle that goes... How angled is this? We'll find that out. When it's at an angle, it still covers the hinge mostly. Not bad. Not bad, Lego. It's like you've been designing Falcons for decades. What a time. What a time with COVID and Lego. I don't think I went to a single Lego store. I didn't go out much, so that's not saying much. I don't think I went to a single Lego store and experienced, because they must have had some sort of queuing system, mustn't they? I don't really know what to do with this. I think this is going on the back because it's got the engines. I'm preemptively whacking it on the back. Oh yeah, because then it's got the brick holding it in. Just on that side. And then that supports the next one, which goes on to the next brick. I think we're building the whole side here. And then that connects to the hatch, which I think could be modified for a little door. I'll probably give that a go at some point. Lego are doing a good job with a load of recent... Rebuild the Galaxy smashed it. I do think. Tail lights, yeah. That's some brake light, isn't it? If that just lights up, blind everyone behind them. So, how long have I been collecting Lego Star Wars? Lego Star Wars specifically, the first, like, official Lego Star Wars set, I can track back to... Okay, somewhere behind me. I normally do show it off on stream. It's the Clone Walker Battle Pack of '08. Amazing set. I think around the time I was very into little models, you know, your die-cast Hot Wheels, your little plastic figurines, and I was building Lego. Lego goes back a little bit longer. So last year, no, 2 years ago now, would have been 15 years of Lego Star Wars. Lego goes back a little bit longer. All the way back, if you include Mega Bricks, as early as I can remember, as early as Star Wars. But yeah, my first official Lego Star Wars set was the Trooper Battle Pack, the Clone Trooper. Not the original, but you know, the Phase 1 Clone Wars, the Clone Wars Battle Pack. That's what I'm trying to say. So I've been collecting Lego Star Wars for quite a while. Solo, Rebels, Force Awakens, I think I was quite lucky with the Force Awakens because I got gifted a lot of those sets. I was buying the non-Force Awakens ones at the time and was pretty much being gifted the other Force Awakens ones. You know, the Rebel Transport, Takodana. We didn't have Kylo's shuttle. Did get the Falcon though. And probably a few other... Oh, the Battle Pack. That First Order Battle Pack. I must have... I probably got like four or six of them. But I feel like I got loads of them. Because of how easy they were. Probably how young I was at the time. It seemed like a lot more. Now when I pick up a battle pack, at minimum I'm going to pick up like 4 or 5 of them. That's what Lego recommends, isn't it? On their website, you pick up 5 of... That's why it says limit 5. It wants you to pick up 5 of them. What's it say for the UCS sets? Because they're not limited to 1. Oh, it's not the slave one. What do they call it? Django Starship. So Lego recommends we pick up a gift with purchase with it, 3, limited to 3. That's reasonable. You know, you might want 1. What do you do though if you're a millionaire? So money's not an issue here. You're a millionaire. You want to be a billionaire with Lego, and you've got like 3 kids that want it. Do you buy 1 for yourself, one for storage and one for them to collectively build with the Lego Builder app. Do I have any rare Clone Wars clones like Rex, Wolf or Fox? I do have a Rex, which is considered a little bit rare. I don't have many old clones looking at my clone wall. I have a lot of the phase ones, like the regular phase ones, the gunner, the pilot, not a lot of the named ones, but I do have, and I've been looking at broadening my horizon. Oh, you got the new phase ones as well. Any chance to get a phase one nowadays, I grab it. But I do have a phase one Captain Rex right here. I bought this for my Christophsis mock. So again, this isn't an official Lego minifigure. I'm way too frightened to be spending that and then cracking it in a mock. But this is ABS, quality ABS plastic. You can't hear that, but quality ABS. And I don't have a head on it. I've replaced it with a black stud or two because I think I did put a clone head on this. But yes, high quality ABS custom, because I do think I owe it to the Lego Star Wars community not to be breaking expensive minifigures, you know. So any chance I can get, not necessarily a cheap, like you can get quite cheap minifigures, but any chance I can get a higher quality custom figure, I swoop in on it. Because if I was to break an actual phase one clone Rex, the price of Rex would go up, maybe by a penny. But then the next person breaks it, and there's like 5 left in the wild. Eventually, it's way too high. And yeah, rather than breaking an actual minifigure, you know, if I do end up collecting the official Lego versions, I will have all of them locked behind glass. Not even acrylic. They're going to be locked in glass. And yeah, I just can't bring myself to get an official minifigure in case it's eventual. I think it's eventual that one of them will crack, and that's a lot of money to part with, isn't it? Picking it up in the original set, I do have a few rare minifigures. I don't know what my rarest is to date because I haven't checked the market in a while. But yeah, it's definitely a risk, isn't it? When you're building with them, got to deal with a set with a phase one Rex for 95. Is that with the set? Because I think that's not a bad deal on Rex. Rex is quite a popular minifigure, and that new phase 2, I don't mind using the new phase 2 on it, come in a cheap microfighter, and better yet, it's still available. Maybe I'll have to pick up a second one of them in case I do crack an arm or a leg. Your very own tax evader. I do not legally don't avoid taxes. Pay your taxes legally on stream. We do not condone it. That's the words. Good to see you're enjoying this whole content creator thing. It's a blast. It is a blast. I'm thankful to every one of you for making this possible, because I get to build more Lego and you get to see more Lego. That's a win-win. That is a win-win. Where's these go? Ooh, I don't think these are too common as well, the light bluish. Is it light bluish grey or dark bluish grey that aren't too common? I have a load of them both, but one, oh, it might be dark bluish grey, because I've got Jacksepticeye and Queso. Thank you. I will take that as a compliment. We got called on yesterday's stream. We got called, oh, was it yesterday's? It might have been the day before, but it was an Israeli Ed Sheeran, which I think is the weirdest it's the most interesting compliment I've got so far. Too small. Well, if you check out tomorrow's video, the intro of tomorrow's video, maybe that'll be a bit closer for you. No offense, Queso. No offense. Oh, I meant to do this on the... Oh, I skipped that. And that rests against the brick. No, but that's solid. That's no... I mean, I don't know if you should be swinging it around But there's no wiggle room in that. Australian Jacksepticeye. What would Australian Jacksepticeye say?
Top of the g'day, mate.
It's top of the g'day, mate. Top of the g'day, mate. I like your attempt at Australian.
I didn't say anything. There was no attempt on it.
I'm sure the mic picked it up.
No.
Please. I think that comes close to a Israeli Ed Sheeran. Not doing too bad with the spare parts, but where did I forget this? This is on the big red, so it's that one. That one there. Do we know how much Phase 1 Rex goes for? Out of curiosity. I could look myself. We've got our first minifigure, 6 bags in. Oh, I didn't realise it was this soon. I wasn't ready for this. I wasn't ready. We picked up this bag a second ago, and I didn't notice the cape. Well, the cape's cool. The cape, it's a white cape, but the real good piece of this is that head. That head is, I don't want to spoil it. It will probably be an upcoming video, but that head's an amazing piece. Miss Sheeran, yeah. Not quite yet. Fiance at the minute, but one day. Oh, the lightsaber with a blue saber, bringing back Anakin's saber. For any of you Legends fans, if you are Legends fans, when Vader shows up in the white suit in Legends, does Vader have a red or a blue saber? It's Infinities, isn't it? Star Wars Infinities comic run. Because that's the same one that has Luke in the Vader suit. They haven't shown Vader. There's red blasters, normal Vader with the... Oh, we do. We do have a red saber Hasbro figure. Okay, oh no, the next one's green. No, that's... Is that an Ewok? Star Wars Republic Is that... That looks like an Ewok. Might not be. Vader's lightsaber is red. I see why Lego went with blue. The whole good, bad. No, it is blue. Is it blue? Because Hasbro then re-released the Black Series with a red saber. But we've got... Who's this? This is on Reddit. Oh, this is also on Reddit with blue. And this is a review of the Black Series with blue. So Hasbro's review series... Hasbro's review copies of the figure came with blue. Unless they switched it out for accuracy. Fair enough. But they've given Vader red in the toy. Blue seemingly seems to be the popular... Oh no, here we go. Here's a comic. Yes. Vader's got a flamethrower. I'm confused. I am so confused. Best figure in this set. I've got a bit of bias with Darth Jar Jar. I think Darth Jar Jar's cool, but we do have Darth Jar Jar back here. A Black Series unofficial, this is custom, a custom Black Series Darth Jar Jar. So I think this could be the best figure. A white Vader with arm printing. Vader's only showing up in this set, yet we get the same arm printing that we've got. Lego, please, droids need bums. Hashtag droids need bums too. R2 gets it, Chopper gets it. They could just reuse the same printing like they've done with Vader's arms here. Recolor it, get one machine printing that droid and the rest doing R2. And we also get a spare underside for Vader's mask. I don't know if that will be useful, but the best piece, the chest piece is real nice. They've even changed the red to blue on the chest piece. That's got to be a detail. If I were a captain on a boat, what would it be called? The boat would be called... I'm a big Pirates of the Caribbean fan, So as tempting as it is to go with an actual famous boat, I'm going to say the Black Pearl. But it won't be the Black Pearl. It'll just be called the Black Pearl. You know, it'll be one of those things like when Captain Jack shows up and they don't believe that he is the, you know, driver, the captain, that's the word, of the Black Pearl. It'll be like that. Only it'll be true. I won't be. I'll just name my ship after it to say that I am. I'll be a knockoff Captain Jack. There we go. Infinity's Vader. That's a good name for a boat. That might be the best name for a boat. Buoyance. Well, it's a good name until the boat sinks. Yeah, then it's not a great name, is it? An unsinkable boat, but that's what the Titanic was called. Let's not call it unsinkable. Buoyancy is good. Yes, the head for Vader is a brand new head. It looks a little bit like Hagrid's. I can't lie, the proportions are a bit nicer, but it does look a little bit... Whites and blacks don't do well in this light, do they? Oh, we had it. Come on. There we go. So this is the head, not of Hayden Christensen, which has been used in Kenobi and Vader's transformation. I don't think the original Vader's transformation had a Hayden Christensen head to use, but this is the head of the original Vader actor. Can anyone tell me the name of the original Darth Vader actor? I think I know it. I'd just like to confirm it before I announce it. It's Prowse, isn't it? It is Prowse. Is it Prowse? Anyway, this is the head that will be perfect for a Force Ghost minifigure, and this alone has convinced me we're getting Force Ghost. Ignore the fact that I just said Lego printed the arms as a one-off. I think this head printed, not even a translucent piece. The head, the hip, the hands don't have to be translucent. They just have to be a light blue. The head might be, you could get away with just a normal skin tone, to be fair. Might be better for Lego. And it's perfect for an Anakin original theatrical cut Force Ghost minifigure. They've got the print in there now. There's really no excuse. They've got all the parts they need. Let's stand Vader. It's just a ghost of Vader, isn't it? Are we going to have to stud Vader down? There we go. We got Vader's ghost. A mix of boy and Beyonce. Oh, I like buoyancy, but Beyonce. Oh, I like that. Play on words. Beyonce. It's a good combo, I guess. Right. I'll Google it. This one time. It's and a case. Like all the shows form like a whole story in themselves. Oh, I didn't know that was Case's name, you know? That makes sense. I thought that was a Case. Jedi Vader. Yes. We need a clear translucent Bilbo and Frodo. Force Ghost. We need an R2, don't we? After last year, I am just as surprised as the next guy. I don't think many people are. Vader. Okay, Vader's just stolen the show. Build it yourself, Vader. Let's bring it back. But what's up with the focus? There we go. I don't know why it just auto-focused on Vader. Get your own stream. Oh, translucent Bilbo. Yes, R2-D2. For 25 years of Star Wars, Lego gave us the hologram R2-D2, which is pretty cool, and still not a minifigure. We could get the hologram R2 for 25 years. We could get Princess Leia. Force Ghost and Princess Leia. I don't think there's anyone more... There's no hologram more iconic than Princess Leia. We've got Princess Leia. We got Palpatine, mostly a big head in Empire. Snoke, a Snoke big fig. A Snoke big fig is a great idea in like a either a light blue or they just go with a big fig of Snoke. Maybe the Emperor is a bit better, even though it's just the head. An Emperor head, a Snoke big fig. Vader hologram will also do well. That would be quite good. Hello there, George. Repo was a blast, wasn't it? Couldn't wait, no problem. I remember, yes. Is it finished? Did you finish the Dark Falcon? Not so much Force Ghost as a Ring Ghost. Oh, yes, we played on Monday. We played that stream. Should be up. Let me double check that it hasn't been taken down again. Because it did get... I spent all day Tuesday and Wednesday removing songs. I think a few sections, you know, it's only been like 20 seconds have been muted because of certain songs. But the shorts wasn't too bad. It was the proper stream kept getting claimed, blocked, but YouTube let me work around it, so I'm happy. Howard Shore has so many tracks that were picked up in like the same segment. Each segment was claimed for 3 different songs that had been merged for the Lego game, but it is up. It's still running, and we did get a little ghost mode, didn't we, in the Lord of the Rings video game? So that is pretty cool, isn't it? We could get that in Lego. Vader stole the focus. Yeah, Vader stole everything. First, he will take... Vader don't really steal much in Star Wars. He kills a lot. He killed the focus. The focus is strong with this one. Oh no, not Queso Slander in the chat. He can't catch a break. Finished it last week. Room tour. There is a video of a room tour. There's 2 room tours for me because I might have to fold this so I can see this all. But I did a little room tour, a studio tour to mark a year since monetization on YouTube. We hit 1,000 last May and we're now approaching 10,000. Crazy, isn't it? But I did a room tour at the start of May and then moved everything around and did a second room tour the other day. So you'll be able to catch that. Is this on the part that I folded? Oh yes, look, it's all there. Right on the edge. At least I don't need to fold it anymore. But yeah, there is a recent room tour. And it goes over most. Like my Star Wars timeline of Funko Pops. No worries, George. We stayed up quite late last night. For, what, 4 or 5 hours, weren't it? Worth it. Definitely worth staying up. A tour. I guess, yeah, studio tour. It is a tour, isn't it? Sounds funny when you just say tour. Not so much. Who's my favourite Lego Star Wars figure? Yours must be... Who's that? I think my favourite figure, I've bounced around quite a bit. I quite like the Lukes, the Padmes. Queen Padme's a good one. We've got, I tell you what, Malak. Malak's a good one. I haven't spoke about Malak too much. Pairs quite well with the Infinities Vader. just pale as anything. But Malak's a nice detailed one. I like 9-Num, but even 9-Num's not accurate. Why'd they give him the belt? Why'd they... we will be playing Fortnite. We'll be playing Fortnite tomorrow, George. So yes, we're playing the new Mandalorian Rising update. That's going to be a lot. I'm trying to get Grievous. Grievous is the main objective. I'll think on the favourite. It will probably be... I can't remember who I said last time. It will probably be a Leia or Ahsoka. Oh, it could have been... Last time I might have said the Endor Leia with Legolas's legs. That combination, that's a cool one. Remember, commented on the video, put the retro minifigure to make a new one. Yes, I do. The, not the astronaut, the, oh, what are they called? These little astromechs. That's the one. The astromechs, yes. Yes, I'll look out for the axolotl. The blue, no, the axolotl in the blue coat. The blue axolotl in the coat, or the axolotl... Is the axolotl blue or is the coat blue? I'll keep an eye out. Modified the Arc 170 with shorter wings. I think shorter wings would make them more stable, because we found out that on a technicality, I was hunting around for illegal, and you've got to be looking for these, you know. Lego are on it when they come to builds, but we saw in Boba Fett's helmet there was an illegal build. Yes, gasp, because the clips on the side bits of the helmet aren't in there legally. They bend the clip just a little bit. Look, I don't think it's going to break over time. I don't think it's that bad. But they're technically illegal, so I have to point it out. I have to let you know that Lego is still to date. Boba Fett helmet's a little old, so maybe not to date. But they were still using illegal techniques. And then when building the Arc 170, we found the wings were too heavy. And the wings was, they were bending under the weight. Which, for a Lego Arc 170, you know, I thought they'd support it a little bit better than that. But we'll let them slide. It's the only set in the last couple of years. So I wonder if... Oh, and the nose to scale it down. Okay, I wonder if the wings are held on though. Are the wings drooping, or it does help with the engine size? That's a good point, because the engines are massive, aren't they? Stock wings. The stock wings are the same width as the docking bays on the Falcon. You know what? I've modified that. I've built a Z95 Headhunter out of my Arc 170. I think the wings are even longer. Is my custom Headhunter wider than the Falcon? We'll have to size that up. We'll have to, once we finish this on Saturday, if we finish this on Saturday, when we finish this, we'll have to do it. All right. My favorite Lego Star Wars ship is the A-Wing. I do like a load of the named ones. I think if I had to pick an A-Wing, the Resistance is green. A favorite color is green. I don't think it's picking it. I like the red one, the classic A-Wing. But I also like Battlefront 2 Tali Lintra's A-Wing, underrated hero ship. We've got Tali Lintra's A-Wing is my go-to on hero ships, and then we've also got Boba Fett Slave 1. I can't remember who Slave 1 is. I think it's Boba's in the game. Boba Fett Slave 1 is an easy pick when you're on them. Seismic charges are cool. When we were watching the Solo, actually, my fiance pointed out a seismic charges just coaxium. Are they coaxium bombs? Because when they explode the coaxium into the rock wall, don't want to give too much away if you haven't watched Solo, but you probably know what I mean. When they try to steal it, it gets boomed. It sort of explodes and then sucks in and reverberates everywhere, like the seismic charge on the Slave 1. So is the Slave 1 just packing coaxium bombs now? Is that what a seismic charge is? A straight up coaxium bomb, like the most lethal thing in the galaxy, and that's just packing just this little coaxium in a big bomb blowing up. So hyped for the Playscout Django Slave 1. The Slave 1's going to be cool, isn't it? I'm going to have to, because I rebuilt Kenobi's Delta into a minifigure scale. Lego tend to stick with about 130 to 145. Recently, some ships have been shrunk a little bit for detail and they've gone to a 158 scale, which a lot of ships have been going to. But I wonder if Kenobi's Delta... Yeah, I think the Slave 1's 145. Because the playset is 130. But the actual... The alternate build that I've built, which is similar to Plo Koon's. I've got to build Plo Koon's again. But yeah, it's going to be close. I wonder what would look better on display, though. I wonder what would be better on display. That'd be interesting. Ooh. Very similar as well, each side of this. The N1 Naboo Starfighter. That's a beauty. I tell you what, I quite also like how Mando's is stripped back. It's not painted, it's just the raw metal, and it reminds me of the Razor Crest. It reminds me of the Razor Crest in, like, the fact that it's just so raw of a ship. No problem. Finally, get a Django fig. Yeah, I wonder if the playset scale will... Obviously, it's not going to be UCS, but I wonder how it will compare to the size difference. Like, if the playset looks good with the UCS set, which I've seen quite a bit of, I wonder if the smaller one will look better with the playset, because I think the playset they're going for, Lego, is going to be around the size of the Boba Fett one. I do think it's going to be pretty much exactly the size. Meant to have a few, was it rumoured to have a few more pieces or a few less? I think it was a few more pieces, and that's just going to be in details. That's going to be in, you know, getting that extra little bit of Django flair. We've got a few, what's the Django ship have that Boba's doesn't? We've got a few extra colours, you know, these little side bits down here, maybe that extra strip. I don't know how many stickers will be on the playset. I think they'll leave out like this yellow strip here, which is a sticker on the UCS set. I think they'll ignore that. And a few extra little pieces around. Yeah, I can see this just having a few more. Maybe that's a slope in itself. That will be a sticker. I'm pretty sure that will be a sticker. But where they've got the different colours, like the grey into the white, even though the slave one, Django's slave one specifically, is grey, it's the different shades of grey that are quite clear to see on screen, on TV, you know, when we're watching on Disney Plus, or if we have the Blu-rays, DVDs. I still own the Blu-rays. I just don't use them. Yeah, it's those little details that Lego are going to try to capture, and I think it just needs more pieces. Plus, it's been a few years, hasn't it? So that could be a few upgrades. I'll have to rebuild the old playset close to the time. last time, house tour. I tell you what, I have shown off my other Lego room, which is less so mine, more so my partner's. Mine and my fiance's. Our Lego room, and our Lego room comrades. And that is in one of the studios. I can't tell you when that was, but that's got a load more Lego in, if you're a fan of Lego. A load of... I'm big into the Star Wars. My fiance... Well, we're both into, like, Minecraft. That's got some really good building techniques from a Lego point of view. And then she's big on the Harry Potter as well. So we've got a load of the big thieves. If we were trying to pick up every single set, could you imagine? What's my favourite Star Wars movie? Oh, apologies, didn't see that. I've fallen a bit behind, don't I? Remember, yes. Oh, Zuckus is a bounty hunter. Oh, I don't have my bounty hunters up yet, do I? Did I? I might have put them on a plate. Yes, Zuckus we got in the Boba Fett. That's in the 20th anniversary set, isn't it? I wonder if we'll get another one of those. That'll be interesting. What's my favourite Star Wars movie? Yours is Rogue One. Oh, Attack of the Clones. I'm going to stick by that. I've been questioning it recently, thinking, is that Clone Wars bias? Is that expanded universe bias? Because I know what else goes on around the time. And all I've got to say, I don't like sand. Best line in Star Wars, isn't it? But yeah, I do like a good Attack of the Clones. Hello there, Jasper. Attack of the Clones, I think, stands out as well because of the arena scene, because of the like. Yes, okay, the way George went about it might not please everyone. Maybe someone could have done it better, which is always going to be the case. But the actual juiciness of the movie, I think it's got some of the best content. Phantom Menace was good. I tell you what, Duel of the Fates is one of the best scenes from the prequels. And so's the Pendraki Arena, and so's Mustafa. But Rogue One as well. Rogue One is amongst the best. Rogue One is the most complete. If you didn't know Star Wars and you watched Rogue One, yes, there's a load of Easter eggs. We can sit there pointing. But if you hadn't watched Star Wars, oh, would that be a good entry point? No, because it doesn't do a lot of world building. A New Hope does a lot of world building, but Rogue One is the best standalone movie. Yeah, with Andor, you add Andor onto it, it's like twice as good. then you start adding the other movies and thinking it links up to original trilogy, but also plays on this from Clone Wars, and it really ties in the prequels as well. Even though there's no direct link, they're not, just referencing characters left, right. There's the Tarkin, I don't know, Yularen might be name dropped, but there is going to be, Rogue One. I think if you asked everyone, Rogue One collectively would be above board. There'll be some people that don't like it, which is fair enough, but I think collectively it's done pretty good for itself. Collecting Lego Troopers, want to create a clone mock. There's some good battle packs on the way right now. Some places you can still get the Ahsoka Troopers and the 501st Specialist, but we do have the Shiny Phase 2. We also have the Coruscant Guard in the same battle pack. There's only one of those, but we've got the 327th coming up. And I think that paired with a botanical set would be a good combo. Getting a few of those battle packs, there's a new Friends Botanical Shop, I think it is. Even that, the few flower parts in that, you create a little Felucia scene with it. I still can't believe all these botanical sets and we're not getting Felucia in Lego Star Wars. Lego are missing out. Aren't they? According to Wikipedia, Fortnite, yes, we're playing the Mandalorian update tomorrow, 7 BST here on the channel. According to Wikipedia, the seismic charge used a charge core as the component. So there's nothing that says it's coaxium, but do we know what goes in a charge core? Could a charge core be coaxium-S? Maybe. It's good when the teachers like Star Wars. There's some fun conversations there. Kind of awkward. Did they not keep up on modern day Star Wars? Oh, hate leads to the dark side. That's all I'm going to say. K2SO, the GOAT. That buildable K2SO that's coming out later this year. After building R2, I'm a big fan of the droids now. If any of you were around the start of the year, for those of you that weren't, I'll explain. We built the Acclimator was the first one. MIDI scale ships. Hadn't built a MIDI scale ship. So a load of firsts this year. First UCS, first droid, first buildable character in general, and hadn't built a MIDI scale ship. So I decided to pick up the Acclimator. No, I built the Acclimator. I already had the pieces. Pied the Acclimator together. And I think the end of the week, we were streaming every Saturday. By the next Saturday, I was building the Invisible Hand. And what did I build the next Saturday? The home one. Maybe it was across 3-4 Saturdays, but in a month, I'd gone from, no, I'm not building any of these. They're, too expensive to keep up on. And then I built 3 of them. The Invisible Hand was the worst one because it'd been out for like 6 months. And it was nowhere in the UK. Lego stores had it, full price, of course. But yeah, it was nowhere. Entertainer retired it after just under 6 months. So clearly it weren't making them money. Good ship though. If you can find, any of yous outside the UK probably still have the Invisible Hand on your shelves, but if you can find the Invisible Hand for a good price, I do think it's got some good techniques in there. Again, those 2-plate tool snot bricks, not a big fan of those, but they're not that bad in this ship. They're used quite smartly with the other slope elements. Do I do stop motion? I've given it a go. It's hard. It's very hard. I struggle to keep things still, so stop motion has to be quite coherent in keeping things still. So I've given it a go. I've done an ideas project that used a bit of stop motion. A little minifigure printer that was. It'd be cool if Lego made one of those, just churn out minifigures. But I'm not playing. I think I did a little. Did I do a little pod race stop motion for Legos? I can't remember if it was a stop motion or if it was just like a showcase for their 25 years. K2SO, kind of cute. K2SO's head has been done really well besides the fact that K2's got that Freddy Fazbear stare. If you play FNAF, I'm so sorry, you're not looking at Freddy Fazbear. No, you're not looking at K2SO the same again. Because, yeah, if you look at K2SO with the idea that it looks like Freddy Fazbear, you're not unseeing that. That is stuck in your mind forever, and I can't unsee it, so I'm passing it on to you. But it does look. Hello there, Benny Boo. Missed the extra O. Benny Boo O. Oh, it's a clip. It seems to be the same in reverse, but we know how Lego like to trick me, don't we? I'll build 2 of these, and then that last plate, we'll switch it up, be a little different. I was gonna redo Star Wars in stop motion in Lego, but yeah, I started doing a few projects again, like a lot of the ideas and that sort of stuff, and the amount of time I'd mess up once. I'd be hours into it, and then I'd mess up. Well, hours, you know, professionally, you could probably do it in minutes, but I was hours into it, and then I'd mess up once and have to restart it all again. It was hard to power through. I managed to do a few of them though. They didn't turn out too bad. We watch more tomorrow. See you tomorrow. How do I store my sets? By theme, Republic First Order, or in some other way? I tend to go with the Force, if you get my meaning. So I will go with the Force. That's dodging the answer, isn't it? I store them based on how they look. At the minute, I've got R2-D2 back here. So this R2-D2, oh, that's Bop It. This R2-D2 is Bop It. But then we've got the Droid Builder R2 next to, the Brickheads, the 2017 gift with purchase. What are the... Oh, I did have the back print in R2, but I've moved R2 now. And then the buildable R2, so, you know, all the R2-D2s together. We've then got the Slave One, Kenobi's Fighter, and the Darth Maul mech below, my modified Darth Maul mech. And then over here, you know, the Headhunter, Arkle, Plo's ship, and the Acclamator, which I've turned into the Venator, all sort of Revenge of the Sith, End of the Clone Wars era sets. And then, yeah, I kind of group them up. There's a few odd ships. So we've got Vader's TIE Advance down here with the Acclamator and Plo's Microfighter. There's a few odd ships. I try to group them up either by scene or by vibe. If a lot of them are Delta stuff, maybe Plo's Delta, Kenobi's Delta, they would go with a V-Wing and an A-Wing because they look similar and they would look good on display because it looks like version 1, version 2. But sometimes there's just no... Well, there's thought behind it. There's always thought behind it, isn't there? But whether I could tell you what I thought at the time, they look good together, they match. I like to pair them up. Jango's with Kenobi's, Plo's with the clone, but sometimes the helmets as well. So behind this Falcon here, we have all the helmets grouped up. We have all the brickheads. They're not broken into theme particularly. We've got even Wally and then Mando, 2 brickheads. They're paired up, but the rest of them are kind of sprinkled across. And then, yeah, some of the other ships, we got the Falcon and like the gift we purchased still on the desk. We've got the Eaters just down here. And then, yeah, a lot of Lego that needs to find a home on the floor. That always seems to be the case. I don't know if it's the same with you, but I always find that I've got just as much to build as I've got to break down. It's always funner building. I like to build, breaking down. I do enjoy breaking down a set. Well, that sounds a bit dark, but I enjoy breaking it down to build a mock. Like an alt build. If I was building something out of it, no problem, it'd be parted out real quick. It's just when I've not got nothing planned for it, I need the beast for a future mock, I end up trying to find those 2x4 slopes on the gunship and hunting through, trying to find those like 2 elements that I need. The giant Grogu. If I stayed on top of it, it would be quite cool. But built the 2008 Death Star. No bags for the 2008 Death Star. You have ascended. I mean, I'm not killing you off here, but you know how. So you know Ahsoka stepping through to the world between worlds. That is building the 2008 Death Star, with no bags. Did you have all the minifigures as well? Minifigures, you know, there's no bags and there's no figs, but minifigures are quite easy to put together. But no bags is mental on that set. How many pieces are we looking at? There's thousands, right? Because I know a lot of them are bricks. The size of that Death Star is quite large, but there are a load of bricks in there. Oh, which way does this go? There we go. It's not lining up. Oh no. No, it is. No, it's not lining up. Because there's a brick in the way. Oh, it's this brick. I pushed it one too close. There we go. Perfect. And that, oh, look at that. Oh, when you go off, where was that yellow? Oh, that was the light bouncing. I thought that was yellow then, all the way along it. I like that. Maybe we should use some red grills and like a yellow. Don't know why I thought that was yellow. Maybe we should use like a yellow plate underneath. That'd be fun. Got the set sealed. The set's sealed. Wait, is there no bag numbers in the 2008? 2008 isn't the, oh, is that the UCS one? 3,900. Mental. Only collecting play sets. I think it's smart at the start, especially with how expensive Lego's getting, to only not to only buy, but to focus on play sets, which is why I think they should include, as a business, right? Business to business, business. I don't know how to say business in Spanish, but I think Lego should include minifigures in the midi scale ships because so many more people would be buying them now. I've built the Acclamator, the Invisible Hand, and the Home One. I didn't buy any of them. I'm not spending £60 on a ship with a plaque. The plaque is the exclusive piece, but like the helmets, I'm not fussed about a plaque. I don't display the helmets with the plaques, so I can build those at a later date. So yeah, you don't have space for these midi scale and helmet builds, but parting them out. Besides the TIE Pilot, is there any other helmet that has an exclusive piece? The TIE Pilot's got those printed dishes. That might be expensive if you do want that in a few decades. But hopefully you'll be able to print that piece at home. Can't say any more than that. But yeah, it's you got to focus on the minifigures. The minifigures are going to be more expensive than any piece. I've got an exclusive dome. You know the 212 battle pack, the old one with the Phase 2 troopers, which are pretty expensive. That set sealed goes for like 100 odd quid. And I got the exclusive dome from that set. Only ever appeared in that set. I picked it up for like 2p on Bricklink. I think I picked up 4 of them. The person selling them had like 20. And I just picked up 4 of them because people care more about the minifigures. They're going to be more expensive going forward. So focus on those figures. It didn't tell me I needed these bars, did it? It might have. I'm going to say I missed that. I'm going to trust in Lego for this one. But yeah, the minifigures are much more expensive. Here we are. Whereas a lot of the pieces can be got down the line. Right now, Ahsoka Zeta has like 5 exclusive pieces. In a year's time, they're not going to be exclusive. They're going to be in so many city sets that they're going to be cheap to part out. Ahsoka and Anakin, though, are going to be more expensive than the set in a few years' time. Maybe not too much expensive, depending on how many more Ahsokas and Anakins we get, but you know, they'll add up. They'll at least retain their value, won't they? Midi scale sets can look good. So my Acclamator is right at the back behind the Headhunter and Plows. Not quite hiding out, but also not quite showing it off. Because it stands. The MIDI scale, what's nice about the MIDI and the helmet sets, they're on a stand. A lot of the cheaper play sets do, you know, sit lower and then you have something risen above it. So it does fill out the shelf quite nicely. UCS sets, yeah, it's a challenge, isn't it? You got to build the set. That's the first step. The second step is finding somewhere to display it. The UCS, so these black units that I use behind me are fairly easy to come by. The UCS set doesn't fit. It's the height. This shelf here is the height of Django Slave 1 without the display. The display is an extra 10-15 centimeters. You got a sealed UCS X-Wing sitting in your basement. I wonder if sitting on a UCS set is funner to build when you get round to it because of how long you've been waiting. You've been waiting on it for so long, you know, the excitement adds up. I'm talking from experience here as well with Django's. I think the longer I sat on it, I'm not telling you all to unsubscribe so we hit 10k, you know, in a few years, but the longer I'm sitting on it, the more excited I am. And I don't feel like that's something that will pass at any point. I think you just keep building up. Oh, I thought these were going on top. How have Lego on top? 3 sections here, which are the 3 hinges for the roof, but we've got one clip or bar, and one of these 1x1s with the studs on either side hold on the wings of the eaters. Crazy. Have I heard of the new Star Wars Lego sign? I'm liking it. It's growing on me. It is growing on me. Want a Venator? It's kind of play scale. Yeah, I mean, it's not minifig scale, is it? The UCS Venator isn't minifig scale. So it should be. It's a shame they didn't add a little interior. I know they've got the hidden bits. Yeah, UCS should be fig scale. Where's our fig scale Venator? After the Death Star, I wonder if we will get a giant destroyer. It's kind of, maybe this clip should have been a bit low. I guess when you're looking at it on display, that lines up quite nicely. There is a bit of thought that comes into it. I can't tell though if the top bar should be a bit lower or the bottom one should be a bit lower, or if I like this. I'm trying to think what other element the Force Awakens one had on the back. Maybe it had something over this bar. I don't know. You'll sub if I put on the clone helmet. Well, that clone helmet is wearable. And I know some of you aren't going to believe me until I put it on. So I'll get it. I'll put it on. Could I change the camera angle so you can see it better? It did used to have 2 cameras. And it works decently. But I like showing it off every so often. So here we go. There we go. Mic is muffled, but the helmet is on. This was my first 3D printed project. I know, go big or go home, am I right? A 3D printed Clone Trooper helmet. I should have probably built one in cardboard first, because the amount of difficulties I run into. Oh, I've just seen bag number 7. We're getting another minifigure. We got to go through bag number 7. We might call it a day after bag 7. I feel like we're almost halfway through. This kind of rounds off. Oh, we keep working on the back. We don't get a roof panel yet. It looks like a Bugatti from the back. Oh yeah, this little bit does look like Speed Champions. I guess it looks better with the giant brake light, doesn't it? There you go. That's more Bugatti. The giant light. I saw a load of cars. I'm not big on cars, but I did. No problem. Thanks for the subscription. Oh, the things I do for subs. Not big on cars, but I did notice Dodge and a few other car companies were putting LED strips on the back of cars. I'm yet to see that come to fruition, so I think that might be something that, you know, legally they realised countries wouldn't allow LED lights on cars. But Surely it's got to be more like cost effective for cars to have LED strips and actual brake lights. There's probably some sort of problem with it. But yes, Demeter over on shorts. What? 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 He's... What? A surfboard? In the Falcon? For Beach Luke? But the Dark Falcon isn't Beach Luke. Is Beach Luke? No, Beach Luke isn't. Is Luke on... I need to rewatch Rebuild the Galaxy. Just put some wheels on it, call it a day. It's a big... I mean, convertible. We'll call it convertible, shall we? This is the topless model. Not sure how it would do in space, but it can reach 0 to 60 in a couple of seconds. Is it for Luke? Do they capture Luke while surfing? I don't remember. I guess Beach Luke, it makes sense. Can't wait to see where it puts it. Can't wait to unsee. Can't unsee the tail light of a Tesla truck. It does look like a tail light. I'm boggled as what that was on Force Awakens, but we have another minifigure in bag number 7. Yeah, as for the camera angle, I did used to stream 2 camera angles, and a lot of the time I found I was jumping between camera angles. So what I've come to do now is, as I'm putting on a few pieces for littler sets, you know, it won't be taking up the entire camera. It's looking good though with that tail light, but for the Falcon it is a bit awkward, isn't it, to block the bottom. I think it does the job. But the reason I stopped is the other camera I was using just wasn't the best quality, and I felt I could get a better view if I lift it up, show you. That way I can point out any little bits that have been asked about. So maybe one day we will switch back to the dual... Oh yeah, I haven't built the minifigure. Got so excited about it, I forgot. Black legs, which means it's one of 2 characters. The torso might give it away. I guess the lack of arm printing gives this character away, but the headpiece, the non-pupilled headpiece, definitely gives it away. Do we have a regular hairpiece? No. No hairpiece, just the hood. It's nice to get a black hood, because besides the Emperor, I feel like this is an underused piece by Lego. We don't get a lot of black hoods. And then the saber. Oh, this saber is really cool. Same piece that... I don't know if Lego used it, but it's the same piece I used for Ezra's lightsaber from Rebels. The little binoculars that we've already got in light grey. And of course... Oh! Where did Vader's cape go? Oh, wait, have we just got... Has this been here the whole time? Did I forget Vader's cape? There's another cape. Good thing I checked that. These are very handy for storing capes, for keeping them flat. So I'm going to keep that aside. Told you I'd forget something. Right, nice Oh, a nice material Mandalorian cape. It's one of the new ones. It's that same sort of synthetic material, I have to assume, with how nice it is, that they use for Palpatine and Vader, but not the thin one. It's the nice one. And then for our Darth Ray here, we've also got that cool saber. Shame they haven't included A, a hairpiece. I don't know if we see Ray take the hood off. That hairpiece might be okay. But B, a black lightsaber hilt for when the saber folds out. We get a spare hilt of Vader, so you could pop it off, but a black hilt, because we get a spare piece, it would be an extra 2 pieces. We get a spare Technic pin, but just one extra saber element that folds out like we see in Rise of Skywalker. Great minifigure though. I'm really happy that we're getting some more of those sequel minifigures, even if they're not giving us a set, they're just giving us a few minifigures. Lego are playing their cards smart. They've given us Palpatine in the new visual dictionary. No, the character encyclopedia. They gave us the episode 9 Palpatine. They've now given us Darth Ray in a Falcon. 3PO with the red eyes in an advent calendar. Lego know what they're doing. They're getting us to spend money on all these sequel figures and not having to put out a set. But Darth Ray has the high ground. There we go. Completely out of focus. But that's alright, that'll do. And can't forget about Vader's cape. Too excited about the faces of these to remember their capes. And I think that's Darth Dev that has the other cape, which is a perfect minifigure for an Inquisitor. I'll be surprised if he's not going for a pretty penny on Bricklink. All the Inquisitor mocks you could make. There we go. We literally have a ghost and a robed ghost, honestly. And let's put this cape with Grogu. Grogu can hold it. There we go. Completely forgot that weird foldable lightsaber even existed. It's kind of like the Jedi Guards, except for the fact it folds. I don't think we've got another folding saber, do we? I don't think Cal Kestis has a folding saber. I like his. His can split in two. You got the shorter and the longer. But yeah, I don't think we've seen another folding light. I don't think we will see another folding lightsaber. That was something that they got the green light for the dark vision, and that was it. That was it. The dark side vision is all that allows a folding saber. We also got a spare one. If you want to give someone else a folding saber, that might work. Right, there we go. Oh, I thought we were continuing with the back. Seems we're doing a bit more on the front. This is a lot for a step. Right. Brick. I wonder if we'll do the turret. We're definitely doing a chair, but we've also got this prison cell. These windows for the Falcon, so you can see out. You and you. Do you think we'll see more of... I don't think we'll see more of Darkside Rey. It's kind of cool, but Rey isn't. I still think... For Rey, it was awkward because they started her off as this, oh, well, who are you? We got to be paying attention to this. She might be a Skywalker. And then we got the sequels, which never really answered that, but then answered it. I feel like a little rushed with the Rey Skywalker that was Rey Palpatine, but then she adopted herself into Skywalker. I think going forward, it's best if they don't try to explain that. You know, what's happened is happened, and like it or not, it's happened sort of thing. There's nothing that Disney can do to change it. No retcons, please. Don't turn into DC. But then we've also got... Is this 1x4? Yeah. But then going forward, Rey Skywalker isn't a name. What if Rey Skywalker is a title? Master Skywalker. There are too many of them, sort of thing. Rather than Masters, they scrap Masters. Masters is a very, you know, condescending title. It's up there with, you know, sirs, ma'ams. It's kind of condescending in the Star Wars way. You know, real life, if people like to use it, that's fine. But in Star Wars, I do think it's a bit condescending. Swap out Master with Skywalker. Ahsoka Skywalker. Cal Skywalker. You know, make that a thing that, okay, it's not to do with naming. I like the fact that she did choose her own name and she felt comfortable with the Skywalkers, but take it and run with it. Don't just have this one off, because it's a very important thing. You know, blood isn't everything in life. That's how life works. But why should it stop there? Why should Rey be the only one? Rey's new Jedi Order is a new order of Skywalkers. We are running on thin ice here. I think this theory has no ground. But what if Rey's new Jedi Order is a Skywalker Order rather than Jedi? Because Anakin, Maul Skywalker. Somehow Maul returned. Oh no. That's going to be the big bad, isn't it? They're going to bring back Maul, or Maul's long lost Padawan. But yeah, run with it. Go all in. Rey's a Skywalker. Ahsoka's a Skywalker. Ezra's a Skywalker. Sabine can be a Skywalker if she wants. I do think they need to choose and choose quickly. Who is a Skywalker? Who is? Because that would be fun. That would be fun. And yes, you'd have people that are completely against the idea, but yeah, I do like that idea. That's my headcanon. Rey's new Jedi Order is Skywalkers. Let's see how messed up that can be. It's a good thing there's no Skywalkers around to make that weird. Folding saber doesn't make sense. Are there two crystals? I'd assume there's two crystals, because otherwise you've got the one, you know, like bendy buses, how they work, and they've got that meshy material part. Is there just a kyber crystal bouncing around? And then the components just fold up. I think there's two. Who's... Oh, this is genius. There's two kyber crystals. Because right at the end, Rey has two sabers. When it matters most, she can either, you know, give her essence and join Palpatine. I don't think she'd be joining. I think she'd be succumbing to. But she can either join the dark side or stay on the light. She chooses to, you know, absorb all the Jedi. Does that mean the Force Ghosts are no more, or will they just channel in power? Story for another time. This is not how the Skywalker works. But yeah, she had the Rey saber, which was the modified Luke, which was a modified Anakin blade, and she had Leia's. So they would be the two kyber crystals. Smart. It's smart. I like unpopular Star Wars things like the sequels, the Acolyte, but Rey's the worst. Without Rey, we don't have Rey's theme. And Rey's theme goes hard. It's a good theme. But I think the character was messed around a bit with the you're nobody. Oh no, who are you? You're nobody. Actually, you're Palpatine, but you're going to choose to call yourself Skywalker. That bit was a mess. But Daisy Ridley's portrayal is... Okay, I wouldn't say it's one of the best. It probably is. It probably is one of the best of the sequels. I do like Kylo's portrayal. I do like Adam Driver as Kylo Ren. He did, for a moody Vader-style character, he embodied original trilogy Darth Vader with Anakin's personality, I think. I think it was the perfect cross. You can tell that Kylo was obsessed with Vader, so when they brought in that line, that just made so much sense. There were some good things, some questionable things, but I think a lot of it does stem down to dependent on what you thought. Same with Rogue One. Same with, less so with Andor, but same with Rebels, same with Clone Wars. Dependent on what you were reading at the time, if you read a different story and liked that more, is a random girl wrapped in toilet paper. Is that because of the Jedi robes? I think the outfit's pretty cool. Two. But yeah, I think compared to the legends that a lot of people grew up with, the backlash makes so much sense. Same with the prequels. When we had the prequels and everyone was already piecing together, oh, Darth Maul's this, and then they killed Darth Maul off in the first movie, I think a lot of people probably hated that. I'd love to see the cinema reaction to that. Darth Maul's death. Sure, there were a few gasps and boos. But ultimately, Maul then came back, just like Palpatine, just like Reva, just like the Grand Inquisitor, just like Vader. I think Vader's always clearly coming back. Vader's never hinted at being dead until Luke pops the mask off. Luke killed Vader. Luke killed Vader, canonically. Popped off the mask. It was all Luke's fault. What if Luke didn't pop off the mask? Oh, I think that would be like a Bloodline style. I need to read Bloodline, because Bloodline is a book. Hello there, formerly Darth, now just Maul. Welcome. It's an honor for you to join us. That's Vader's line. Close enough. I was expecting Kenobi. Why are you here? Missed the opportunity. But with Bloodline, It's meant to be a good book. I haven't read it, but I've heard good things about it, and it explores the New Republic with Leia, but the galaxy knows Vader is her father, or at least knows to some extent. And it is interesting. What if you found out your leader, the leader of the rebellion, the face of the rebellion at least, was the daughter of the Lord of the Opposition? That's an awkward place for Leia to be in, which is why Leia then has to take some sort of step back in the new movies, and wasn't too late by then. Vader even said so. Yeah, it was. For Luke to try, I mean, had Luke been more trained with the Force, could he have just, forced Vader, Force heal? If Luke had stayed with Yoda, he could have Force healed Vader. Did Yoda know Force heal? Yoda weren't messing around with Force heal, was he? But I'll make it. Maul Shadow Lord is looking to be good. It's looking to be so good. Oh, I've got the other slopes. I think I've got cracked. I've got it locked down what Maul Shadow Lord's going to be about. We get 3 arcs. 3 arcs in Maul Shadow Lord, because they'll probably do like a 12 episode. I'd like a 12 episodes, but they might do a 9 episodes. And I think the Son of Dathomir might not get it animated. We might not get the comics animated, but we'll get the aftermath of the Son of Dathomir. And then, so aftermath of Son of Dathomir, we've got like the Shadow Collective. I keep calling the Shadow Council because I'm also looking into post Return of the Jedi at the minute. But we get the Shadow Collective with Black Sun, the Pikes, and all those breaking down. We see that Crimson Dawn still forms alliances with them, but they're no longer a collective. Crimson Dawn takes over that collective and is the big, the empire of these Crimson cartels. And then we get, like, the aftermath of Son of Dathomir would be Maul taking over Crimson Dawn, the other sort of leaving. I'm sure Maul beheads a few of their leaders. And then we jump forward to after season 7. We get to see Maul meeting up, because season 7 then happens after this. Once Crimson Dawn's already taken over, we then see Crimson Dawn. Well, I guess they're in the process of taking over. Maybe it's more Shadow Collective at the start, and then Crimson Dawn takes over. Maul and Dryden would be cool. And then post Solo is the 3rd and final act, and that's Kira, leading up to the finale of Maul Shadow Lord, where we get the Shadow, Darth Vader. That would be, you just see like the penultimate episode ends and it's Vader's silhouette in the background, breathing, cuts to credits. The final episode is a massive duel, and then we see why Maul ends up the way he does in Rebels. The rest of the story's told. I think Shadow Lord's going to tell the rest of Maul's story. I think we get it all. We get Son of Dathomir, we get Crimson Dawn, and we get that Vader fight that everyone is itching for. I've seen a lot of people want that Vader fight, and I would love to see it, especially in animation, Clone Wars style. That is... I've just read through. I missed a comment from Moonshoes. I assumed Kylo and Rey were brother and sister when they started making out. Luke and Leia, it's Star Wars. You never know. You never know. Maybe we even get a little bit, because Maul was tracking down Kenobi for quite some time. We don't have everything. Maybe we get the Vader fight, and then Vader would have fought Kenobi at that point. What if Vader reveals Kenobi's alive? That would be cheeky. The Emperor said no, so he meets Maul, beats Maul, and is like, "Oh, you're not worth finishing off. Go find Kenobi." That would be a good idea. And then that leads into Maul knowing Kenobi is to be found. I think we should get some more Maul stuff. Tales of Maul. We know Maul's story, kind of, but we don't vividly have the image. So maybe we could get a Tales of the Sith. Tales of the Sith would do well. Since Tales of the Jedi, everyone's expected it. We got Tales of the Jedi. We should get Tales of the Sith. Tales of the Rebels doesn't work too well. Is there any Rebel stories we want told? And then Tales of the Overworld. Tales of the World Between Worlds, which is like the origin of the Mortis gods. Maybe get an Abeloth arc across 3 episodes. That would be fun. Tales of the World Between Worlds. We get Abeloth, and then we also... Could we get animated from that book? There's a book with Luke and Anakin comes down as a Force ghost and takes on all these like Sith Eternal spirits. We could do that. We know half. Yeah, more Shadow Lords just going to be half a show. Imagine. It'd be funny. It'd be annoying, wouldn't it, really? But it would be funny. Funny and annoying. Too good it hurts. Oh, red Kyber crystal? Is this Rey's third one? Is this from like Ben Saber? Tales of the Sith should explore the Rule of Two and Darth Bane. We got a sneak peek in the Clone Wars, didn't we? That was one of their unfinished arcs that they wrapped up in an episode. So yeah, we get Darth Bane and then Revan and Malak. But I think the KOTOR show that is rumoured by myself, I think that would cover Revan and Malak. Maybe we get 6 episodes of Darth Bane, honestly. Or 3 of Darth Bane, 3 of Plagueis. We could get some Plagueis. That would be nice. Especially Plagueis and Palpatine walking through the Jedi Temple. You know, Dooku's a Jedi there and no one knows what's going on. That's crazy from the books. Tales of the Rebellion Uprising. Yeah, Maul, we know Maul. Well, I'm not sure how many people know. I don't think this is easily accessed. I think Maul's backstory is told in another book. But Maul was a gift from Talzin, sort of a peace offer to Sidious. And Sidious was to raise him and, you know, use him for whatever he deemed. And that kind of backfired. That's a 1/6. Well, it didn't backfire. Sidious did want Maul. Maul was the perfect student for Sidious. And somehow Kenobi, with Yoda's teachings to Dooku, to Qui-Gon, to Kenobi, managed to, beat him. Do you think Kenobi tapped into the dark side when he fought Maul? Just a tad, just a little bit, you know, enough to beat him. There might have been some anger there. That's all I'm saying. Definitely some. One, two. Yeah, Kenobi definitely dark-sided. 1, 2. 1, 2. And then 1, but oh no, that's it. We don't. Oh, we're not finishing. Oh, maybe they connect it a bit. That's it. They're just leaving that middle on a cliffhanger. Right. Let's get the little stall in. It's quite funny that they'd have this little chamber at the back, because when you think about it, the Jedi meditate, which helps calm them down and, you know, relax. The Sith meditate on their anger, which this gives them opportunity to. So who's this prison really benefit? Maybe it can hold in Force sensitives. Maybe that's the benefit. Yeah, animated. More animation in general would be awesome. Sorry for killing Qui-Gon. Without Qui-Gon, there'd be no Force Ghosts. And Force spirits. I wonder how many Jedi Qui-Gon reached out to. It must have been a strong connection for him and Yoda and for him and Kenobi. Do you think he reached out to Dooku? You know, in Vader's last moments, there was that voice calling to him, and we're led to believe that's Kenobi. I think it makes more sense for that to be Qui-Gon. I think it makes more sense for Qui-Gon to bring Anakin to the light at the last minute because of how much of a father figure he was to Anakin, especially early on Phantom Menace. 1, 2. Oh, here we are. I think Qui-Gon would be poetry, innit? It rhymes. If in doubt, it's like poetry. It rhymes. Very same on the other. Ooh, not same on the other side. Yes. Oh, okay, I think my eyes are making a fool of the other senses. It's got to that part of the night. I thought this panel was the other way around. There we go. Yeah, did Qui-Gon pass it on to Dooku? Last minute, Dooku was like, oh, I messed up. And he time freezes and it's just incoming Qui-Gon. Brings him to the light. Yes, he did. What if Maul was a Jedi? Where have we... Is that in the Maul comics? We get to see Maul's life if he has like a sort of dream sequence of being a Jedi. It's very similar, actually, to the Sarge Ventress flashback. Don't we get in a Sarge flashback in Clone Wars when she goes? I think it's in Night Sisters when she goes to see Mother Talzin. We get a flashback scene of when she was training with, I forget the master's name, but when she was training with a Jedi. And that's very similar to what Maul thinks his life would be, but it's all like a dream sequence, and that one's quite cool. More Dooku. I can agree. I think more villains, isn't it? More villains would be nice to see. We get a load of shouts here for Dooku, Maul, Cad Bane as well. I think Never Too Old for Lego was the one that shouted out Cad Bane, get more Cad Bane. Because there's still so much that we get. You know, Clone Wars, we've now got the Bane short. We've got Tales of the Dooku, which is 3 episodes of Tales of the Jedi. I think that was. But there's still so much we don't know about them. Even Maul. We might get... So Shadow Lord, I think, will wrap up Maul between Phantom Menace all the way up to Rebels. Who knows if Maul survives that. But what about beforehand? Oh, from full damage. Yeah, Vader did not survive that. That's alright, we can remove the mask now. Let me look upon you with my own eyes. How about Force Hill? Surprised there isn't a Star Wars What If show. Yeah, Rebuild the Galaxy is the closest we've came. And that was, what if Lego could make a Star Wars show? Isn't it? What if Lego made a show? I think Maul pre-Phantom Menace would make for a cool show. Maybe that's what Shadow Lord is trying out. If Shadow Lord does well, we'll get another show. We can hope. There we go. Little prison done in the back. And this bit, all 3 sides of this pop off because they're on the 1x4 with the studs, which, unlike any Harry Potter set, if you're building a giant Hogwarts, actually works in this because there's only one of them per panel. And they've secured this in very well. I don't know if I'll be able to get my hands in this once this is on. Oh no, it's actually pretty easy because all these panels are removable, but look, you got that little space up there. What if would be a great show, because we could get what if Maul trained Kenobi? You know, how would that work? Do you think Maul wouldn't be the Padawan? What if Maul was the Padawan though? What if Qui-Gon trained Maul? There you go, that's a what if. So what if? And what if Kenobi then the pinnacle of light, even more so that, well, just as much as Luke, I'd argue. We haven't seen all of Luke's story yet, but what if Kenobi was trained by Palpatine? A dark side Kenobi, losing Duchess Satine, losing his master. Maybe Dooku trains more. What if Dooku trains more? Hello there. Oh, hello there on the Tugboats channel. Nice. I didn't notice the rebrand until now. Thank you for letting me know. The upgrades. What other what ifs could we get? What if Maul and Qui-Gon survived? Do you think Kenobi would have died? Or what if everyone survived? Oh, we got Vader in here. Light side Vader's been put on the naughty step. Does Vader fit? Oh, that's why we've got a stud, so Vader fits with his cape. Sorry, Vader. Instructions literally tell me to put you in here. I can't complete this. Yeah. Yeah, the signal's getting weak. I'm too weak. I can't hold on any longer. Do it. Everyone in this street must be on the internet around this point. This is why we normally wrap up here, but we will go to the end of the bag, and then because we're starting early on Saturday, what are we on, bag 7? I always go to flick back and then forget that it's been like a million pages. Bag 7. So we've got another 10? Yeah, another 10 bags. We can get that done on Saturday. But we're not ending it yet, because now we've got the surfboard. I never thought I'd be putting a surfboard in a Falcon, but it works. It fits on that wall and looks quite nice as well. Can I make Sebastian Shaw as Anakin? I tell you what, I do have an Anakin. Where's Anakin gone? Anakin's here somewhere. Because I used Anakin earlier for tomorrow's video. Members, keep an eye out after this stream. I will release that early for you. There we go. All right, so we've got the Anakin from... It'll make sense why I had to change something off camera, but we've got the Anakin from the Ahsoka Eater. And the good thing with the White Vader is you can just swap out the head for probably a plain white head. I think that would be best. But for now, we're going to put Hayden's in. And this head that comes, I haven't spoke about this much, but the head that comes with Ahsoka's Eater is a massive upgrade on the last one. I don't know what it is about it, and I'm surprised they still haven't given Anakin Sith eyes. I think every Anakin could have Sith eyes. I put Anakin's wig back on it. Look at this. Come on. You can't really see. Oh, there you go. There's Sebastian Shaw's head on the Clone Wars. Sebastian. Oh, it was Sebastian Shaw, wasn't it? Who did I say earlier? I didn't say Prowse. Oh, who was I thinking of? David Prowse.
Boba?
No, Boba is Daniel Logan in the prequels, but who's the bit? I can't remember now. Have a fake Anakin with the eyes. I got the one from the old. Oh, it might have been the Anakin Starfighter actually that come out in like 22, but oh, here we go. It likes the Falcon more than it likes me. Hey. Yeah, I've got the one with the Sith. No, the Duel Mustafar. That's the one. I got the Duel Mustafar one. He looks weird with the Anakin wig. What hairpiece should we give Sebastian Shaw's? What hairpiece do you think works for a Return of the Jedi Anakin Force Ghost? There's got to be a few. It's got to be like a grey hairpiece as well, like an older Anakin. Grey hairpiece and the head, yeah. Which grey hairpiece? I do have Han's. Maybe Han's works. The not Han's usual one, the episode 7 Han. Let's see if this one works, because that's quite a scruffy hair. And Anakin's got quite a scruffy hair. Similar to the Kenobi piece as well. I think this works well. There we go. Yeah, this looks all right for the Sebastian Shaw, I think. Is it Shaw? Is it David Prowse? Hey, I can't remember. Is David Prowse the body double for Vader? Is he the... Because Sebastian Shaw's been written out of Star Wars if he's the ghost, isn't he? Because Prowse might be the bodybuilder that was the portrayal, the physical portrayal of Darth Vader, with James Earl Jones voicing over. If you haven't heard I'm pretty sure it's Prowse. If you haven't heard Prowse voicing Vader, it's a bit like Peter Mayhew shouting the lines of Chewbacca. There are videos on the internet. Internet is a wide and wonderful place. There are videos you can find both of those just shouting their lines at the other actors. And while it might have been a pain for Star Wars to cut them out, less of a pain, I guess, but still not easy for them to cut that out. It was worth it for those clips. Same with Jabba as well, human Jabba. What an idea. And then they flipped it into a giant worm. Yes, we got confirmation from chat. Prowse was the body double and Sebastian Shaw was the old Anakin. I do like the old Anakin because Anakin came back to the light before then going on to become a Force ghost. But at the same time, so for Luke should see Sebastian Shaw. He didn't know Hayden. Whereas Tano, Rosario, should see Hayden because she didn't know Shaw. She saw him once in Rebels, which was very much Hayden's face, you know. That's what she recognised. So it makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense that they'd see different characters. It does make a lot of sense. Or we might, at the end of this bag, I don't think we've got enough pieces left, but we just might finish up this middle here. I hope so. And then we get the round pieces on top. That's as far as I want to get with it. Instead, I assume this is where, on the front of the Falcon, this is where the TV screen, or TV, it's not television, this is where the controls were in the other Falcon, because they run out into the hallway or into the main lobby where Han sits the controls, Luke's fighting, and I think the couch is technically supposed to be here, but because of space, they swivel it around into this corner, which is probably a storage room. There are so many of them here, but we've got a little Sith shrine with a red Kyber crystal. Isn't that cool? How did I get the Dark Falcon? So I got gifted this as a present for my birthday from some very generous family members. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I haven't seen this on too big a discounts compared to, you know, compared to the Rise of Skywalker Falcon we were talking about earlier. 150 retail, and it was in stores for 50 quid. 50. They were Black Friday sales. They were the best of the best, but you don't see Lego that price, do you? Not when it retails for 3 times. Somehow Maul returned. I'm sure Maul will keep returning. Can a Force Ghost change affiliation? I feel like a Force Ghost should be able to appear as what it wants with restrictions. Can Anakin show up as Darth Vader? It was a Force Ghost in the world, but I think it was a Force Ghost in the world between worlds. You know, the Anakin, Vader, and that. So if Hayden can show up as Prowse, I'm sure Hayden can show up as or Jones, Prowse or Jones. I'm sure Hayden can show up as Sebastian Shaw. I'm sure. I'm sure that he can be sure. Somehow Maul. What if Maul was a Jedi Master? What if Anakin was given the rank of Master? That would never happen. But what if? And then, just like the Marvel what if, we get right at the end of the season, we get a mashup. So you have Maul as a Jedi Master, Anakin with Master status, Darthside Kenobi, and all these other what ifs come together. And what if Maul returned? You've got this this clone Darth Maul that's like missing a few horns and no fingertips, and they all have to band together. Star Wars Avengers. and defeat the clone of Maul. It would be good. If it was animated anywhere near as good as Clone Wars, it would be a very good show. So I'm laughing, but I would more than happy be down for something like that. Could you imagine the story as well? Oh, we do need a what if. We do need a what if. We needed it yesterday, but we'll take it tomorrow. Does that mean Qui-Gon didn't die? Yeah, Qui-Gon could survive. Oh. Ah. You go one back. But then, do I need 2 tops? I thought one of these was spare. It's the third one that's spare. That's spare. That's spare. That's spare. That's spare. That must be spare. That's definitely spare. This is spare, though we haven't seen that yet. Watch, it'll be on the next page. Oh, no, that wasn't spare. We've already had one of them. I repeat, not a spare, not a spare. There we are. It is on the next page. Well, it's 2 steps. It's not quite the next page, but it's there eventually. What if I become a Jedi? That would be a cool. Not me personally, you know, but what if George Lucas was in Star Wars? Would Lucas be a god? Not Mortis gods. I mean more than Mortis gods. Like Darth Maul charges at him and he just rewrites Maul's character. That's Lucas's that's Lucas's superpower. Just rewrites all the characters. He's unstoppable and the Jedi have to step in. That would be cool. The Temu version. That said before me becoming a Jedi. I'd like to point that out. I've read them backwards. I'm not the Temu version. The Temu Jedi Master. I think this might also be spare. Did I forget to put them down on the base? I forgot the slopes. I did. I had that one moment of realization. It's a trap. Yeah, use the script writing. With a breadstick. Yeah, he just rewrites the saber. That's a good point. Maybe sabers can't cut through Lucas's. Maybe that's why Luke loses his hand, doesn't he? It can cut through a Lucas. All right. We have got to bag numero 1, 2, 3, 14, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wheat is French. Huevo, I think, is Spanish. Or number 8 for us English speakers, which I don't know. Is like the German. What's the German? Like octo. I don't know. I'm not going to embarrass myself live. We got to bag 8, and that is where I will be leaving it today. The Falcon so far is looking falcony. Actually, it's looking very Tesla Bugatti, isn't it, with this tower? Lego have the high ground. Yeah, Lego have the high ground when it comes to money, that's for sure. Nothing much on the front. The interior seems to be done. We have this Sith shrine right here for Darth Jar Jar. It's going to be for Darth Jar Jar. Luke surfboard. I need to rewatch Rebuild the Galaxy to find out if Luke is a villain. Maybe Luke dogged him in. Did Luke call the Falcon? Because we all thought it was going to be Maul. Don't lie. We all thought it was going to be Maul that was going to call him in. Was it Luke? No, not Luke. Calling in Darth Jar Jar and his own father, who is in the prison cell at the back. Maybe it is Luke. Maybe it is, because the sticker has... We've got a handheld... It's like the hollow chess. Not gonna lie, I thought it was pod racing. But this is where we're at with the Falcons so far. It's looking good. Much more to come on Saturday, because, yeah, you can't steal my limelight down there. Because on Saturday... No, because tomorrow we're going to be playing some Fortnite. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. If you are interested, if you're just here for the Lego, no worries. Come back on Saturday. We'll be doing an early stream, but I'll have it scheduled by tomorrow. So you'll know exactly what time it is. Until then, thank you all so much for hanging around. Shout out to the new members. I will have, including the gifted, I'll have the 3 of you ready and printed for tomorrow's stream. Stay tuned for that, and there'll probably also be a little short announcing your new members. Keep an eye out for that, and I hope you enjoy your tiles. Till then, thank you all so much in the chat, and may the bricks be with you always.